dude. I saw it go straight
Yep.
red.
That
All
was
right. There's a lot of people here. All right. So what are we? We do know what we're talking about. So last time we closed out. So here's the whole. Well, why don't you two introduce each other?
Introduce each other. That's
Yeah.
Kristen.
Hi, I'm Kristen, and I'm Greg's fiance.
You're supposed to introduce me. He said introduce each other.
Oh, and this is Kelsey.
Get
Hello,
over
I'm
here.
Kelsey. Andrew's
I'm on
fiance.
pre-workout
Fiance.
Impossible Burgers. I don't want to hear it.
I have too much watermelon.
Nah, Yanni has too much watermelon.
It's not too much if I didn't eat it yet. Get a little ASMR. No, we're definitely not.
Nah.
No.
All right, so we're talking about, we ended the last podcast with Greg and Andy, and we spoke about the car culture and what it means to, Andy thinks this is a fucking joke.
You're gonna get it later.
Slurped his watermelon into
You want an
the mic.
ASMR? I give you ASMR.
It's unbelievable. Put your tongue away. Oh my God. So we spoke about the car culture. So obviously the three of us were very heavily induced into the car world, and the ladies are not. So where we want an input on, is it a fucking waste of time? Do they like it? What they hate about it? And everything around it. So does anybody want to give like an example? My brain is still on pre-workout, so I apologize in terms of like the ADHD right now. But do you, Greg and Andy, do you guys have like a specific scenario?
Waking up Sunday morning, 5:30 in the morning to go to Cars and Coffee.
I concur.
So here's my thing. 5:30, a little early. If you're getting up at 7 and we're going to a car show, I'm in.
Well, tomorrow I'm getting up at 7.
Well, tomorrow
No,
I have a
we
cheerleader
gotta-
company.
Oh no, we
Be at
gotta be
7.
there at 7. So yeah.
So like I would do that. I don't mind going early if we're going to like hayfields and I'm gonna get some good food, get some good coffee, like be outside if it's a nice day. I'm definitely down for that. If it's raining and cold and I'm not getting food or coffee, count me out.
So if we were
Not
going
interested.
to like a place that was just like a parking lot that didn't necessarily have like Hayfield's food, would you not be down to go?
Definitely not down to go.
Yeah. So I think it's just about the food.
But I also like hanging out with you.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. Like
That's
if I
cap.
get to hang out with you for a couple hours and like, you know, there happens to be cars there, fine. But I'm not like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know shit about cars. So it's really hard for me to be engaged in what we're doing. So if there's no food or coffee, I'm like, meh. You know?
What about you?
What's your take?
Okay, so for me,
Maybe
it kind of
slurping into that fucking
depends
mic.
on the show.
You idiot.
So like, what? I am. So it depends on the show for me. So if it's like a show in like New Jersey, like a bigger one with like exotic cars, I'm kind of into it. Greg has been in the car community for literally as long as I've known him, like forever. So I really support it a lot and I appreciate the work that goes into it. Am I like a super fan of all things cars? No. For me to go to a car show, yeah, it has to have like that element of something interesting to it. And yes, a little bit of food sometimes does help.
So you do find some cars like kind of interesting that would be like, oh, if it's like, I know we all have like the JDM Japanese cars, but say if it was
Yes.
like a supercar show, you're interested in going to that over something else, like a muscle car show?
Yes, exactly.
All right, so you have a taste in cars at least.
Exactly, yes.
Well, and I feel like I'm definitely more interested in going to shows that are like cars that I wouldn't see just like in this area.
Right.
You know, like that's
Right.
definitely something that I'm interested in. Like, I don't know. I don't want to see the same cars that I see, you know, down the street every Saturday morning when they have the muscle car show. I'm like, that's not interesting to
I think
me.
it's fair. We touched on that
Exactly.
last time in terms
Yeah.
of like how routine. it
Yeah,
is
you
and,
see the
like, we
same
really
cars
wanna
every
go.
week kind of thing.
You kind of have to like want it.
But
to
that's
really
just
go.
more, I feel like at that point you're going to hang out with the same people rather than go see something new. You know,
Yeah.
because you know that Joe, Billy, and Bob are going to be there with their cars and we're going to go meet them. You know, it's not necessarily a car show at that point rather than like a hangout spot.
Well, and I feel like that's like when we used to go to Cars and Coffee at Dunkin'
Yeah.
in Yorktown. Like, I was happy to get up every Sunday morning.
Yeah, because
and go
there's
hang
Dunkin'
out.
Donuts
Right.
there.
Well, yes, but that wasn't the only driving factor for me.
Oh, the BJ one?
Yeah.
It was because of Dunkin'.
It definitely had a big impact. But like, you know,
Just
we
like
would
if he
go
wasn't
and we
there,
would
I
hang
wouldn't
out
go.
with, you know,
Yeah,
the same people every week. And it was kind of just like a Sunday morning ritual where we would get up, we would go hang out with people, and then go carry on with the rest of our day. But at the same time, it's like it gets to a point where that gets old. And for me, it's like I would rather go and do something different and go to a place that we haven't been every Sunday morning for the last 6 months. That makes it a little bit more interesting for me.
So then that would mean that you have to get up earlier and go somewhere farther, which is what you said you don't want to do.
But like on occasion.
Yeah, like every once in a while for me, it's okay. I mean, I'm also a different circumstance because I work on Sundays,
Almost.
so it's really hard for me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you're
Yeah, like
constantly
I'm
working.
even like tomorrow, I need to leave the house at 9 o'clock in the morning to go to Massachusetts, so it's not easy for me to go out and
And you'll be back home already.
Yeah, most
pretty
likely.
much.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely a want more than anything because where it falls routine into like the hardcore enthusiast or for someone who actually drives is it takes an effort to go out of your way to do something massive. What do you
Yeah.
got?
So I think Kelsey has that point of view because she's been dating a car guy for basically what, 10 years?
Forever.
10.
10
Yep,
years.
10 years.
So
Wow.
I didn't think
the
about that.
reason why I brought, and same with Kristen, she's been with me for what, gonna be 13 years
Yeah.
this
Wow.
April.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane.
That's nuts.
Yes.
But she's known me as a car guy my whole life.
Yeah.
So she understands why I go to these. I can understand why she may not want to go to one
Mhm.
early Sunday morning unless there's, like you said, food and coffee involved.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
if it was like a 8 a.m. meet in a Home Depot parking lot with a bunch of ricers, obviously she's not
Yeah,
going to want to
probably
go.
wouldn't
And that's
wanna
not something
go.
you would say, hey, come with me to.
Right.
Right.
But let's change the perspective now. Like let's say,
Like a new Canaan.
Oh.
I was going to say like your sister, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When I mentioned, oh, I'm getting up early on a Sunday to go to Cars and Coffee, she's laughs. It's like, oh, why would anyone want to do that? Like she doesn't date really a car guy,
Right.
so she doesn't understand it. So why I brought this topic up was like, how does a person who doesn't like understand anything about cars, why they think it's like maybe a waste of time?
I think for them, like the perspective is like it's a vehicle that gets you from point A to point B, and like her husband has had, you know, that Subaru WRX for like
Well, that's it.
That's-
6-7 years
That's the game
now.
changer. That's the line in the sand right there.
Yes,
Now we found out why.
So, you know, for her, I think it's just a different perspective, and she's like, oh, it's maybe like an obsession.
I'm clipping that.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Well, and I
clip.
think like for us, like part of the driving factor for getting us to go to shows is to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
You know, like if you ask me to
Yes.
freaking go to whatever on whatever day, I'm coming because you asked me to go with you.
Right.
And
Well,
so
yeah, like you also like taking rides in the Skyline,
yeah, I love the Skyline.
but like in the S13,
I hated
right?
it.
So it's just like I guess
But-
that's because he has nice cars. It's like okay to go with him because it's just a drive for you. To him, you're going to a
Yeah.
show, but for you, you're just going for a drive.
Sure.
I'm just more
Yeah.
impressed she knew the chassis code.
Shitbox?
Of what?
The S13.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, yeah, I hated that car.
Yeah.
Kristen's like, what's an S13?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Well, she knows what Type R is.
Well, and I
Yes.
think for me, like with the S13, like I liked it because I liked going to the show and like hanging out with, you know, you with the car, but
It wasn't a
it
good
was
ride.
not a good ride at
Oh.
all. Like
It
I
wasn't.
love the Skyline because I enjoy being in the car. I enjoy going to like different places, and it drives so nice that it just makes it different.
So just comfort.
Race
You're
car
saying overall
or
comfort?
shitbox?
The shit box.
Well,
Huh?
I'm saying like not necessarily comfort, but like okay, I drive a freaking Jeep.
So how it makes you
So
feel when you're
yeah, so like
But you
I'm
don't
sitting
like
in the
going
car,
fast.
I literally feel like I'm gonna tip over if I go around a corner at
Vibes.
you know 50 miles an hour.
Cheap things.
But yeah, for real. But when I'm in the Skyline, it's like we could be going 70 around a corner, and I know
Yeah.
we're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
80. Yeah, but you
Pretty
don't like
much.
going fast.
That's
You always
not-
yell at me.
That's not necessarily true.
Why we
Always
going
yells
so
at me.
fucking
I don't
fast?
like. I mean,
If she
I
hears a
don't know. It
turbo come on,
depends.
she's like,
That's not true.
Yes.
You're being dramatic.
No, that's what
That's
we do
not
every
true.
time.
No, it's not.
with the ball tires.
yo.
I mean,
But I don't drive. You know, I bet you don't either. I don't drive 10/10ths with her in the car ever. Ever.
I don't even know what 10.
I get road rage.
10/10ths,
quite
like you drive
frequently.
like as hard as you
he
can.
gets road rage
Yeah.
very frequently.
Oh, I used to get road rage in the Charger way more than anything.
Dude,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
road rages.
Foot
in
to
the
the
Charger,
floor.
you were so bad.
I
It
was
scary
so
driving
bad.
with you in the Charger.
Yo, it was so
I've
bad.
always been calmer in the cars I cared about, though. If I'm being completely honest, if the roads were open and like we were in fun cars, whatever it was growing up, I got on it. But when we're like if I was to come up today, perfect scenario, hypothetically speaking, in the GTR, probably would have been cruising on the highway. Like
Yeah.
I'm not like.
What's the point of romping it if
Yeah.
you're going somewhere?
I think it's
you
like
know?
it's like quick blips and then
On the
just-
way to Cars and Coffee.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
When
on
we
like an
make
on
it,
ramp,
like
yeah.
tomorrow,
Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah.
bet my
I
ass
was
we're
gonna
going
say,
like
yeah.
120
But then
the
probably
whole
like
way.
on the way back after like a few pulls, it's just like all right, let's.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my gas tank, my needles
Yeah.
dropping.
Shit.
But I do know that like if I'm in the car, I know that you don't drive the way that
Yeah,
you
no.
would without me in the car.
Definitely not.
Which I really appreciate
Yeah.
because
That's good.
it is, like for me, it's definitely
relate.
scary. I also think about how you drive when I'm not in the car, and that scares me.
I don't drive.
Sick.
But-
Well, I'm not dead yet, so
Well.
gotta go harder.
Yeah, I disagree.
We love Paul Walker. Anyway,
Rip.
what do we think about how much money we spend in the community?
Oh,
Oh,
That's a fucking.
that's a different conversation.
That is the
that's
conversation.
the conversation.
Um,
Greg's like, let's not talk about this.
no, but in terms of like actually like how expensive that stuff is, or like what you guys, like what you're right, because you guys have girls have girl things, guys have guy whatever hobby it is, but like how do you guys feel about like us spending it towards that and stuff like that?
I don't know. I mean, I think for me, like there definitely are things that I'm like, this is fucking stupid that you're spending so much money on this.
Same.
Definitely. But especially because we've talked about the difference between buying stuff for your Skyline versus buying stuff for like domestic cars.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is crazy. And so obviously when you buy something for the Skyline, I'm like, oh my God, you just spent so much money on that for what? However, my hobbies are also quite expensive. I spend more money than I can even imagine on cheerleading. So like I get it.
Yeah.
You know, to a certain extent, I understand. Not that, I'm definitely not going to drop, $3,000 in one shot on cheer, but
That's the difference, I think.
yeah.
Because like you can like, I'm just stereotypically girls like to buy shoes. Each shoe is $300. Say you buy 3 sets of shoes, you're at almost $1,000. Meanwhile, we're dropping $4,000 on wheels
Yeah,
at one time
Yeah.
or more.
Christian just
So,
had a
like,
stroke.
It's kind of ridiculous when you put it into scale like that, but that's realistically what it is, and it's just it doesn't end there. Coilovers, tires, aero kits, paint jobs, wrap jobs—they're all multiple thousands of dollars that it would take you 15 different shopping trips to equal. But we look at it the same. Well,
There's some bags out
There's
there.
definitely
that are
some
like
bags out
50
there.
I mean,
grand.
yeah, but I'm not a bag
yeah,
girl.
yeah. No, if you're a
not
bag
into
girl,
that
that's as
either.
bad as being a car guy. I think.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Exactly.
If
Like-
you're
I
dropping,
don't like car girls.
you know,
Yeah.
$3,000
Yeah.
on a Louis Vuitton wristlet, like,
Yeah.
girl, that's too much.
insane.
But that's like, I don't even know how to scale that to like a car part because like there is a cap when it comes to things like that. Like bags, I don't see where $3,000 comes from.
Mhm.
Like I cannot put a value on a bag the
I
way I
agree.
can put a value on like a turbo
Yeah,
or something.
I
You know.
agree.
I can't put a value on either of those things.
So like, why is it that much money? But it's weird to like think about things like that because like people just like dictate what these things cost and that's what it is and you just buy it because now you have it. It's like I guess bags and stuff like that are just like purely for the flex because you can put the same shit in a bag that you can put into a Walmart wrist or whatever backpack or whatever. But now you have this $5,000 thing where you put your phone in that you could just put your phone in something else. I don't know.
Well,
It's
I
an
feel like to a
accessory.
certain extent, some car parts are like that too. Not
Oh,
all.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say the
Some,
devil's
some
advocate.
Well, like
cars
wheels.
are to make, to make your car faster or louder or whatever you want it to be. But
True.
some are definitely just a flex.
Yeah, a flex and cosmetics.
Yeah.
Like you don't need $10,000 wheels. You can do just fine with $1,000 wheel, but you need the better ones.
You don't need a $10,000 bag, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want it just to wear it around.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess different.
I would never wear a $10,000 bag.
I
but, you
would
know.
never wear a $10,000. No.
I
Nope.
think it's just
I'm
yeah,
good.
it's a whole lot of devil's advocate.
So when you spend all this money, whether it's bags, shoes, or car parts, do you guys ever think about what the resale value would be when you buy those things? Or
It
not really?
depends.
I actually hate the concept of reselling.
Yeah,
I
don't like selling
I'd rather
stuff.
be your fucking dad
Mhm.
and have a garage full of fucking
I-
worthless shit.
We were talking about that. before we got here.
Then literally, I don't know. I just look, dude. I still haven't sent you a picture of my OEM wheels.
That's true.
I still have not. Like they're literally in the garage, taking up space. Dad's pressing me, and I'm like, yeah, Greg, I'm gonna send them to you. I sent him the same message 8 times. Still haven't gotten the picture.
Well, selling stuff
Yeah.
sucks because you just get screwed.
I
You do
just
really
hate
good
it.
at selling
just
stuff.
hate it.
I
You're
don't know how you
stingy
do
Very
it.
good
as
at
fuck. I mean, it helps.
I don't know how you do it.
So when I buy stuff, I always think like, what's it worth after I use it?
Yeah.
Like, what can I resell it for? Is it a good investment? Is it not? So
I don't ever.
when I
think
buy
about
car
that.
parts, it's
Yeah.
usually at wholesale. So
Same.
like I
Right.
can
Oh, yeah,
usually
you have
sell
that
it
advantage,
at
too.
cost or more. So it's like a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Exactly.
But I'm not gonna go out and spend like 20 grand on like, let's say like a luxury watch that's only worth 5
Yeah.
afterwards.
You would need to be
like
an
I'll
idiot.
only buy a watch that will resell for 20
So you
Right.
wouldn't buy
He
anything if
always
there's no
looks-
resale.
Yeah.
if it's got like a heavy depreciation.
Yeah, you
usually
wouldn't?
not. Same
Okay.
goes with like cars
Okay.
too. Like I wouldn't go out and buy a brand new like let's say
R34.
AMG that's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
worth 50% in 2 years. That's
Right.
why I get the Type R. Like yeah, it's a lot of money
you-
brand new, but like 3 years from now it's gonna be worth almost as much as what it was new
Yeah.
versus some other cars.
Even if you can make back like 90% of what it cost you, you owned it for 10% of what it cost
the
for 3
deficit-
years.
The
Like,
deficit of driving, you probably
come out
ended up
pretty good.
earning money.
yeah. You come out pretty good on
so
the
I think
other end.
that's how I justify.
Does that make you
spending
feel like
a
you're
lot of
not
money?
like actually spending anything?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
It's like a rent-free
Kinda.
lifestyle. Yeah.
I can be 100% honest. I have not ever one time thought about the resale value of
Yeah.
anything that I've purchased
I'm
ever.
100% the
Really?
same way.
Not
yeah,
a single
Damn.
time in my entire
Uh,
life. Not once.
I
just-
really
I
haven't.
don't think you sold a
either.
single thing in your whole life.
No, I haven't.
I
Yeah.
tried to sell some stuff, and it didn't work out for me. And now, 2 years later, I have people trying to buy the things that I donated because I couldn't sell them. So that's where I'm at.
Well, that's
with
like
that.
what,
Yeah.
clothing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, clothing's tough to
I
sell.
mean, clothing is hard to sell, but still, like, what else
It
do I
is.
have? Books.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I think I
Books
just
and
have like,
clothes.
I literally just have no aspiration. Like I have, like just to resell any. I literally rather like watch it go to
Just have
waste
no
than
aspiration.
like literally like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather
Yeah.
like if someone negotiated with me enough, like I'll probably end up paying you to take whatever I'm selling. Like in
Yeah.
terms of like putting the analogy in your head, I really just like I don't.
Yeah.
Is it still for like I don't know like the even the dumb questions you get of like is it still or like someone like a ridiculous offer and you're like it's not worth that much, like I would kill that guy when you're like it's not worth that much and they're asking like a ridiculous price. I
Mhm.
wouldn't have the composure to have like a legitimate conversation. I would
Yeah.
probably roast him.
That's why I can't say. I don't like the haggling process.
Yeah.
I hate haggling
Oh.
people.
Some guy offered me his Prelude for my GTR straight trade.
That's actually pretty. You're on a come up on that one.
Yeah.
Dang, that's pretty sick.
Oh,
Like see
wow.
that can't is that
See, now
real?
if someone said that to me, I'd go to their house and blow
He's
them
like,
up.
my car's
Jeez.
worth a lot less, but I'll shoot my shot.
No,
Tell him not to
I'm like,
shoot.
what do you
could-
value your
No.
car? And
Ever.
he's like 12,000. I'm like,
right.
You're
Alright.
an idiot.
On a good day, by double maybe. Yeah, no. I the couple times I've tried selling things, like I have sold some stuff, and I buy a lot of stuff like off of Facebook Marketplace, and I always get a good deal because I always end up talking to someone that just like doesn't want this thing in their life anymore.
Like a 7-foot giraffe.
Yeah, well, that was an accident.
all right, so let me change the question. Instead of thinking about the resale value, think about getting something at a good deal.
That I definitely think about. I do not like
Me
paying
too.
retail.
I definitely would negotiate on that aspect
Okay.
of things. Yeah.
I hate paying retail for something because I know like so I guess in a way that I do think about resale because I need to know what something is worth to dictate if I want to spend the money on it or not. And I guess I come to that conclusion by saying if it's worth $200 and I pay $200, it's not going to be worth $200 by the time I'm done with it.
But
So I guess I
somehow
do it
when
like-
I buy something on sale, I'm crazy.
No, because okay, so this is a big thing
This is
now.
a hot topic.
If you
in
a
my
go,
house.
if you
Yeah.
go, if you go to a store,
Yeah.
right, and you're like, I just need one thing. I'm gonna go spend $10 and I'm just gonna get this one thing. And you go and you see sale, 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 sale. You end up spending $150 on 15 different things that you never were gonna buy.
That's my dad.
Yeah,
We should talk
so
about sales.
Your
They're
dad
fake.
ends up with a garage full of shit because I got it at a good sale price, and he's never gonna
Exactly.
use it ever.
But I
Yeah.
don't. It's not that I don't use the things. I use the things.
Yeah, but you don't need the things when you thought.
Yeah,
You were
but if
buying
I
them.
would have gotten them not on sale, then I would have wasted
You
money.
weren't buying them in the first place. That's the
That's
point.
not always
No, that's
true.
the
I think
point.
that's the trade-off, right? It's like buy two get one free, but you only need one. Why would you buy the
So
second
then you
one?
end up with 4,
Right.
and you're like, well, now I got all 4 of them.
Yeah, and I have like 4 pounds of toothpaste in my house that I probably
Yeah,
never
yeah.
run out of.
You're good for a year and a half now, but you spent $35 when you should have
And
spent
somehow
3.
I'm gonna get a place. There's
Yeah,
gonna be no
but I
toothpaste.
could have spent $85 and I only spent $35. So I think that's a good deal.
No,
Even if I can use it over 4 months instead of over 1 month.
I guess on like consumables and like toiletries and stuff that
Yeah, like
you know for a
tangible.
fact
Yeah,
you're
like-
gonna use. I guess it's okay, but that's like couponing.
Mm.
Like it's the same kind of
Yo,
concept.
if I could coupon, I would. If
you
I
could
knew
coupon,
if I knew how to coupon so that I
Snip
could
the
spend
things?
$3 on 50 months worth of groceries, I would do it.
I guess we're gonna learn how to coupon.
I don't know how.
Life hack. We need a
and I
coupon
don't
day.
have time.
My
for
mom
that.
was a
Clip them
fucking
on the BJ's
couponer
app.
genius.
So I did yesterday.
That's what he did.
It's
What,
so
the couponing?
smart.
Yeah, clip it on the BJ's
Your
app.
coupon
Save
Yeah.
$30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BJ's
Yeah,
is
save
easy.
the
BJ's is
money.
a great.
But you got to clip them before you check out at the register.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did it vice versa one time, and it wouldn't let me add the coupon.
That's what?
yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, dude. Could have saved like $20.
Dang.
Imagine like the
That's a
validity-
big deal
I
on
was gonna say,
groceries.
Imagine the validity of a coupon
That's
is
over
just because you didn't
10%.
cut it.
Yeah, $20 on groceries is a lot.
But I have this
Yes.
I have this argument with Kristen all the time. So when it comes to like getting food, let's say like McDonald's chicken nuggets, right?
That's a topic.
She loves getting 10-piece nuggets or 6-piece nuggets.
Okay.
6-piece nugget like $4.
Okay.
That sounds
10-piece
normal to me.
nuggets like $4.50.
Okay.
20-piece nugget $4.99.
All right,
Still
it was
buys
one
the 10-piece
time.
nugget.
See, okay.
That was
Here's the
one
thing.
time, please.
The
Don't take
20-piece nugget is a better deal.
Yes.
So-
But if you're not gonna eat them all, then it's like, what's the point?
That's
But then she
crazy.
forgets about
I
me.
wanna
I'll
eat
eat them.
the amount
That's what I'm saying.
that I'm gonna
Like
eat.
if there is a coupon.
So you only buy enough for
That is
what you're gonna eat.
Exactly.
Wait,
buy
I
enough
will
but no,
for
say
what
hold
that
I'm
on.
I
gonna
do
eat.
buy when I'm like grocery shopping. I will look at the best value, not necessarily the best price, but it's like if we get these 2 ginormous things of Honey Nut Cheerios for $9, where I could get 1 box for $6. Why would I get the $6 box when I could get triple the amount for $9?
Can you say what the nuggets was again?
Yes.
10-piece
So-
was what?
So she would always buy
Just dial
the
the fuck in.
lesser quantity, but more price per quantity.
So you
Yes.
said you don't if you're not gonna no you said it if you're not gonna eat them
She said it.
then why buy them?
They both said.
But
it.
if you're paying this, all right, well you're both on the same
She
page.
also
You're
said-
both
Yes.
equally wrong. If
Okay.
you both if you want to
Okay.
buy,
Okay.
you're gonna buy double the amount of the item for the same price, even if you don't use them or eat them. Why not just buy them?
Because if you're not going to eat them, then they're going to go in the trash,
gonna
and
go
then
in the
what?
But what if you
Garbage.
have your 10
Your money's
out of the
going in
20 and then you
trash.
have like 1 or 2 more? Boom, you just got your value.
Not really.
No.
You know you're
Because
gonna eat
I
them.
really didn't need those extra 2 nuggets for an extra. Like that's stupid.
But it's
And I'm gonna
not for
feel
extra.
sick
It's for
and
the same
feel
price.
bad about
okay, but for
myself.
2 nuggets, I don't give a fuck.
I give a fuck.
Yeah, well,
Like that's
Whoa.
stupid.
I'm
if
buying
I'm
them.
gonna eat another 10
Controversial
nuggets,
topics,
then
like I
fine.
said.
But I'm not gonna eat another 10 nuggets.
Yes, you will.
No, I will not of
Yeah, you
not of McDonald's.
It's like
I'll tell
double
you
it,
that. If they're
send it to the
Dino
next
nuggets,
guy.
we're
Give it to
talking
the car
different.
behind.
Well, same concept, but different store.
But like the thing is that if you can't reheat a McDonald's chicken nugget and it's not going to be as good later.
they're not good when they first come out.
Exactly. So whatever.
McDonald's
but,
nuggets suck.
but the thing is that
Stale.
yeah,
like
like
McDonald's.
you're not going to
Gross.
eat them again
I'll eat
later.
I'll
So
eat the fuck
why
out
are
of
you
those
buying
nuggets.
double the amount?
I'm not saying buy them so you can keep them. Whatever.
I'm just saying.
I
It's,
will fuck your chicken strips.
If you get double the amount for the same price,
strips.
it's a good deal.
I
It's
think
like Dunkin'
stupid.
Donuts coffee. It's like $4.49 for a small, $4.69 for a medium, $4.89
disagree.
for a large.
Yeah, but did you see that? They're
Are
like,
you getting the small?
yeah,
No.
but they're like,
No, I'm
sometimes it
getting the
doesn't make
large every
sense because
time.
Right.
isn't it like
Large.
deception? Isn't it like the same amount of fucking coffee? In a
Oh,
Pretty
like
much,
their
yeah.
cup thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
ask
I
for
mean
like
that's
I don't know
that's
how
more
that
well known with
works.
Starbucks.
Is it?
Also, Starbucks is a fucking scam.
If you buy Starbucks, first of all,
Yeah,
we're
it's a
probably not
scam.
friends.
Chris?
We're
Yeah, we're not
probably
friends if
not
you buy
friends.
Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm telling you that right now. Just
like
lost like
if
5 years.
if I can buy a $4.69 large Dunkin' coffee versus a $6.99 small Starbucks
just don't-
coffee,
I don't
I'm
get it.
fucking no.
know
Don't,
what-
I'm not even looking at Starbucks.
Yeah, you know what Starbucks reminds me of? It's like the fuck. It's like the supreme of like that world. Like so overrated and this and that when in reality
You
like
pay
right,
for the name.
yeah,
kind of
like
thing.
Supreme
Yeah.
clothing is like you can buy Supreme clothing, put another tag on it, and it costs $20, but you buy Supreme, it's like $190.
Yeah.
So
Like that's
Yeah.
what Starbucks
Yeah.
is to me.
I
That's
agree,
true.
but at the same time, Dunkin's coffee is absolute trash compared to Starbucks.
So I have no validity in this argument because I'm not a coffee drinker, but
Yeah,
like
no,
in
It's
terms,
not even a comparison.
yeah,
to
in
be
terms
honest.
of the, I also don't know. I'm also like super big on like, I mean, I haven't tasted it, but even my father was like, when we were making coffee for him growing up, just wasting time around the house as kids, we can make some pretty banging coffee, like Greek coffee and shit like that. So like, I don't know, I feel like it's 10, 15 minutes in your morning, like really worth $7 a day. I'm not penny
Right,
pinching,
yeah.
but
See,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like I buy like the pre-made cold brew.
Yeah.
I would do that 10 times out of 10
right.
rather than spend
And then like on the day
$4
when
a
you're
day
like,
on a
shit, I
coffee,
missed my
right?
alarm clock, then yeah, go to your Starbucks
Yeah.
or go to your Dunkin'. But like to go like some people literally have a
I
routine.
used to do
of-
that.
yeah, and that to me
Yeah.
blows my mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
used
a
to
definite
spend
waste.
so much money on coffee.
Yeah.
I was spending like $40 a week.
Yeah, that's
on
crazy.
coffee.
And like when you tell that to males, we're literally like, what's 40 times 4 times 12? And we're fucking like
Half of the
analyzing
tire?
that. Yeah, it's
Okay,
literally
cool.
like, yeah. No, it's like you're spending $1,000 a fucking
than
year on
that.
coffee. Like that's crazy. And again, $1,000 in the grand scheme of things ain't nothing, but that's gas. You know what I mean? That's like
food.
Yeah, I mean, and
Food,
again,
yeah.
that's a penny pinching concept, but the idea of it being is like, I don't know, you could live better and arguably more healthy in terms of like all the fucking additives and shit. Especially, I don't even feel like you get coffee at Starbucks. It's like
No,
this
Yeah.
much
no,
coffee
no,
and
no.
like.
You get black coffee at Starbucks. If you get anything else, you're
Well, that's what I'm
wasting your
saying,
money.
but that's what you're paying
Yeah,
like
but if you
$19
don't like
for.
black coffee, then
and you don't like coffee.
That's
Agreed.
not true.
I
very
think that's
true.
true. I don't. Drink
I
coffee, but
very
think
much
it's true.
like coffee, but I like it with skim milk and sugar.
Well, that's not like what we're talking about. We're
Okay.
talking
I'm
about
talking
like
about
the
like your
cinnamon,
Yeah,
to-
I'm
the
not-
shit you
Yeah.
used to get.
Talk
Yeah,
about your
well,
frappe,
I was
mocha, Oreo looking
18.
ass.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, you used to get a $9
I
fucking
know.
coffee.
Shut up. I got
3
fucking
pumps,
600 grams of sugar in one coffee. I
Yeah.
know. Leave me alone.
and then she
That's
switched
fire.
to sweetener, and her
I'm
life changed.
a better
It's like
person
a-
now, okay?
Yep.
Every
Welcome.
I was in
teenager
college.
does that. Every
Yeah.
college student does that. So
I
that they
needed
can
the sugar
spend
to get
long
me through the day.
hours. Exactly, to get you
Now
through
I
the
drink
day.
4 coffees a day and I'm fine.
Mhm.
Insert cardiac arrest.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it?
Yes.
It's fine.
That's it.
With the
Morning.
stress.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny is that like anyone who drinks crazy amount of coffee doesn't even come close to what you intake in caffeine.
Why do you think I haven't said anything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
but it's funny the way you talk about coffee. It's like, oh, I don't do that, but I'll do 7 scoops of fucking Davidge.
Yeah.
In like an hour.
Dry scoop.
In an hour. Yeah. It's insane.
sick.
Not gonna lie though, I used to before
Code
like, I got my
YianniBravo.
surgery and all that stuff. Like I was taking pre-workout in the morning, at least a scoop, sometimes a scoop and a half.
Yeah, like I take
And
water
then I
with
was
my
having
pre-workout.
a coffee before work and then a coffee at work and sometimes another coffee after work.
Yeah.
Like that shit's fucked up.
So I was talking about that.
That's so much caffeine.
I think in the last video, but I don't. So, not justifying like taking 9,000 milligrams of caffeine or like enough to tranquilize a horse, but like, I don't take anything else though throughout the day. That's what I'm saying. So like, even if it's super late, like I can naturally wake up and work 14 hours with not an ounce of energy. And I think that's where like the disciplinary act falls into place. But I don't need my fix for, you know, because the thing was with the gym and like where it grew, not in a healthy fashion with pre-workout is like I liked going to the gym and like, okay, time to like flip that switch of like I need a little bit of extra. So like that's where like that aspect kicks into it. But like when people are waking up and they're like, I can't function without it, I never got that.
Yeah.
Because I could now spoken like an addict. I'm gonna say something. I could work out without pre-workout. Will it be good? Will it be efficient? Probably fucking not. But can I just go and go through the motions? Yeah, but there's a lot of people that are like, will literally go to, or like, right, the whole like, did you have a bad day or just a bad morning? Like when people spill their coffee type of shit. And it's just like, some people are really like live or die on that stuff. And I just, that fixation is just, that's what scared me the most growing up. Because mom was heavy on it and then she stopped it completely. And all like the headaches and the caffeine from like deprivation and shit like that happened. So like that stuff always is just like, nope, that's devil shit.
I feel like for me, it's just become part of my routine. Like
that's what I
I
was
get
gonna
up in the
say.
morning, I do whatever I gotta do. I have my coffee, make my breakfast, go to work. Like it's just part of.
Now, if you
My-
miss your
my
coffee
daily
though, are
routine.
you having the same exact day or like,
I mean, I usually
like
don't.
literally
I
you do, but like
I-
mentally and physically, are you like,
I don't.
typically don't miss my coffee. Like I will
Okay.
go out of the way to make sure I get coffee
Yeah,
before
okay.
I go and do shit. I don't know. There's some days though, like on the weekends, sometimes if I don't have anything to do on the weekends, like I might not have coffee until noon and I'm chilling in the morning. Like I'm okay.
if your routine's like kind of calmer?
Yeah. If I
Makes
don't
sense.
have 27 things to do, I'm
Yeah.
okay without my coffee.
Okay.
Am I happy? No.
And I mean, to your defense though, from an outside looking in, you are a little more, again, take it with a grain of salt. You work a lot more physically than most females I know. Like you're very like active. You're doing like 90
Absolutely.
jobs in like in the same
Yeah.
hour. So like I,
Yeah.
gee,
Yeah.
I mean it's
Wear a lot of
admirable at
different
most, but that's what I'm
Literally
saying. It's like
need the
I get
coffee to
the
get me.
yeah.
I need caffeine to get me through the day because
Right.
I have so many fucking things to do.
So I
that it's
definitely
like,
feel that.
yeah. But yeah, like I don't know. This morning I got up early and whatever. I had my coffee while I was doing my makeup to leave so that I didn't fall asleep in the car.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Some days I can go without coffee until a later time in the day if I don't have shit to do. Just depends on my day.
For me, I think it's a mental thing. Like, if I want to have a good workout, I have to have my pre. Like, if I go into the gym just drinking like tap water, I'm not gonna feel
a wrap.
motivated
I'm going home.
to like push heavy
Yeah.
or do a lot of volume. So like drinking that pre going into the gym just makes me much more motivated.
Yeah. like a
Have you
different-
worked out without?
I haven't. It sucks.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
What's worse than having no pre-workout is having dead
interesting.
headphones.
I'd
Oh,
rather
which is
have.
today.
Yeah, I'd rather
That's
have.
trash.
yeah.
Today and yesterday, my AirPods don't hold charge anymore. It's like
Oh,
your
really?
laptop. I
That's-
charge it, and then as soon as I get in the gym, there's no light on them.
Oh dang!
So
You need another case? I have an extra
I don't
case.
Is it the
know.
case or the buds?
27
I have
cases.
no
what
clue.
else?
I think
You
it's
have
the
pros?
case. I think it's the case.
You have AirPod Pros?
Yeah,
I'll give you a case.
yeah. So
Yeah, that's the
they
worst
should
thing.
still be under warranty, but yeah, like I need my pre, and I need my AirPods
Yeah.
or music. Just
It's
not
fun. You know
gym
what?
music.
We say it all the time. We always have our AirPods in. We never play anything. Just having them in my ear puts me in a different mode.
When we
Yeah.
record, I
Yeah.
can literally, so when we're doing like whatever mic up session, or if I'm like, yo, Andy, we're recording, it wouldn't even play half of a fucking song. I'd be
Yeah.
like, time to focus. It plays half of it. And then I'm like, yo, look at this fucking idiot across the gym. And then that's
Yeah.
it. Like, it's gone. But like, it's again, the fixation of just like, it's over
Yeah.
my ears and then like
it
it's game
just-
time
it
type of
gets me
thing.
in the mood.
Like I
Yeah.
don't even use them on like noise canceling or anything. I just have them in my ear, and I'll play maybe 2 songs my whole workout, and I'm only playing music on some hard sets, not even all of them. I don't know. I don't just having them in my ear. It's just like, okay, I got them on. I'm good. Like if I take them, even if I'm not playing music and I take them out, I can't lift anything. It's
Head-
freaking weird.
headphones
That's
are
not it for
on
me.
listening
I
to
need
gym
music.
Yeah.
But like I recently been trying to get off the pre-workout. Like I haven't since I started
I
working
just
out
said
again.
off music. I was saying, what are you saying?
Trying to wean off music.
not the music. But since I started working out again, I really haven't been taking pre, and I'm trying to like reaccustom my body to not having to take pre to work out. But I need music. That is a non-negotiable for me. I can't even just have AirPods in and not play anything. Like there needs to be something on, and it needs to be the perfect song for me to be able to work out properly.
Yeah, and switching to the cleaner subs for sure. Like for me, like with raw and stuff like that, the natural ingredients and stuff like that. Again, like it's gonna sound like a shameless plug because
Code Yanni.
I'm with them.
As it is.
But no, like literally, like even switching from the pump to the pump 2, from the Thavage to the essential, like I was telling Andy and stuff
The
like that.
essential is nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Much cleaner, much just this is what works. No flashy, no that. You know, because like a lot of the times, and why I grew accustomed to them is again the fixation and the simple factor and approach of just everything you need and nothing more. Like the C4s, the God of like all the other stuff I took would have me phasing through walls and like skipping hours on the clock. You know, and like we've most of us have had our fair share of like the banned pre-workouts, but like. Yeah, just the simpler like weaning off of it, you know, like cutting stuff like that cold turkey. I would imagine it's probably similar to like the whole coffee concept.
Yeah, that was me with C4. Yo, that shit fucked my
Force
life up.
trash.
So good though.
And we thought that was the
I like the
hardest shit
bangs,
growing
too.
up.
The
For
bang.
me, like
Super
I
creatine.
like the tingly feeling that you get.
Yeah, no,
you
see,
know?
I would
like,
kill myself.
Oh yeah, that.
I never
that's
even
it for
got
me.
that. I'm not
Oh,
a
I get it.
responder to what is it,
Beta.
beta-alanine.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No tingles.
Yeah, I don't get
no.
the
I
tingles.
love it. If I
Oh.
don't have the tingles, I'm not getting a good lift.
Yeah.
Huh.
You like
No.
I
it?
tingle?
used to get that.
You a tingle?
Yeah.
But I guess my tolerance is too high now.
See, the thing
Maybe.
is for
I
me
don't
that
feel
when
it
I
anymore.
would stop feeling the
2-3
tingles,
days
I
will
would
fix that, honestly.
increase the pre-workout. So like if I wasn't reacting to the beta alanines anymore, I would just take a scoop and a half.
Yeah,
and
the
then I
answer's
would take
always
2
more.
scoops. And
Then you end
yeah,
up-
it's fucked up.
Yeah, you end up like this fucking
Yeah,
cracked
and
out
you end up
squirrel.
like Yanni and your whole
Cracked
life's
out
fucked
squirrel.
up.
Yeah.
It's funny though because like there's a switch that gets flipped when after you take pre.
Dude, dude,
I can like see it in
my
your eye.
eyes are glazed.
I can talk to you and my
ADHD.
words are just flying through your freaking
So
face.
I consume so much caffeine that like I think I can't like nothing works.
Yeah, it literally can't.
Like ears don't work.
Literally can't even. It's him.
Stimulants is like yeah.
Yo,
Can't
my,
do shit.
My parents used to be able to tell when I had taken my pre-workout. Like
Yeah.
if my mom called me and I was like just about to work out and I'd be like talking 27 miles an hour. It was like I was on drugs. And my mom was like, okay, you need to go work out, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta do this thing.
I can be locked into Andrew, dead eye contact, like this close, watching his lips say like physically what he's saying, listening to what he's saying. Let's be like, what did you
Huh?
say?
What'd you say? And then what do I do?
Dude,
I go, never
yeah,
mind.
Yeah, dude. And then
Let me repeat
I
myself.
get tight because I be getting mad at myself because I'm like, I know what he said, but like
Why did I ask
maybe,
him?
maybe like say it again.
Yeah, no.
It's like
That's so
like
funny.
when someone says what and you know exactly what they said.
It
Like
just takes a minute to process.
Wait, what? Yeah, no, I do.
and then you go and answer the question.
Yeah.
That's me. He walks
That's so
away.
you.
It's because then we go and play it back. Like even the fucking clipped videos I put on, dude. I don't even remember talking like that in the gym. It's like a whole fucking persona
Different
comes
person.
out. Yeah.
And usually I don't really take pre that much anymore
Yeah.
at night. So I'm like, I'm with it, and he is not.
He's on it.
and I'm just like, I can't even deal with him
Yeah,
right now. I
yeah.
can't.
He's
Can't
like
even look at
he's
him.
like clocked in, and I'm like, I
You're
don't
still
know.
waking up. You're still
It's just
sleeping
there's a
somewhere.
brick wall
It's
in front
just
of you and
the
things
phase
coming
is
at you.
just yeah. It's very
It's
yeah.
wild. But when I have like a good, like the one that you gave me, the essential with the pump and all that stuff, I felt
Pumps-
good.
Yeah,
I felt
so
real good.
The pump square, yeah, because I was like, that is the cleanest stack I've taken in my life. It's only two, and then 200 milligrams of additional glycerol, 200 caffeine, 200 salt. I think maybe 1600 of beta alanine, which is not like that's not even a serving. And then there's no, it's stim free. The pump squared. So
Yeah, 200 caffeine is like a solid.
that's like a
Pick
wake
me
up. It's
up.
just a wake up call because I feel like that's the thing. Like what I notice now, just weaning off of the fixation and the concept of 600 plus milligrams of caffeine, is again like it was just the act of like kind of what you were saying, just like naturally just taking it and like knowing you're now entering a different mode. It wasn't necessarily the amount. It was just like, okay,
need
like
this.
this is the routine. This is the, you know, like as soon as the Gatorade is mixed and headphones are on, it's like I know. And then like once it becomes like, you know, momentum takes over and it's like, okay, I'm having a good workout and like as opposed to like before. Well, I think you know the reason why it was different before because I was working like OD and now traditionally like I'm home all day. So
Yeah,
like
before you were going at 3 in the morning. You
exactly.
need caffeine.
So like and then that caffeine would literally take me through 12 a.m. Like literally from
Jesus
the
Christ.
morning to yeah. Because I was literally so I think I was telling you I think all you guys knew my stack maybe minus the girls. It was 2 scoops of forgot what it was at the time. I think it might have been Gorilla because it was back at the old gym. 2 scoops of Gorilla. It was either pump or the Himalayan sea salt. It was 2 Advil and then it would be an Adderall.
That's so
that's
fucked
wild.
up. That's like actually
Like, 'cause
shit
genuinely
cheese
fucked
fucked
up.
There-
up.
remember that.
There's
fucked.
there's
That's a
people that are like
mixture.
I've taken stacks. I was like, yeah, but you took like banned pre-workouts. I was like, I took drugs.
I'm
on
on
drugs.
prescription
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
you took.
so fucked up.
I was like,
I
you
do
took.
crack.
I was like,
crazy.
yeah, I was
Might
like,
as well.
I was like, you took Advil because you
real.
felt bad. I was like, I just never felt good. I was like, that was the difference.
We're not the
Holy
same.
shit.
Yeah, like I was like,
that's really fucked up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
it was insane. That's how I developed the self-inflicted heart disease.
That
yeah,
makes sense.
that will
Yeah,
definitely
that
do
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah,
try
that will do
fentanyl.
it.
I mean, at
No,
this rate, no. So
definitely
Adderall was
not.
super hard to get off of.
Fentanyl?
Adderall
Oh.
was
Adderall.
super hard to get
You know,
off of.
Hard
I've
to
heard that,
wean
like
yeah.
I mean,
off
I
of,
like I
yeah.
took Adderall in college, like when I was like, you know, I had to
And it could
do
have
an
possibly been a
all-nighter and
compound,
whatever.
but yeah.
like that was never a thing for me. I was like, all right, well, you know, I need to stay up all night
Yeah.
tonight, so I'm gonna take an Adderall, and then like, you know, I'd be chilling after. And
It's
be
just
fine.
it's definitely, and when I was doing it again, like I felt not real. Like, and obviously nobody would feel real. Like you're literally not on the planet when you're taking that stack, and it's yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, with all that other shit, like, how are you alive?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Figured out everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, really
mean,
don't
It's
know.
pretty amazing.
it's pretty
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
wait till Sarms enter the chat.
Yeah, you're lucky you only have a heart condition.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I
it could be
that's
so much
lucky.
worse.
I
for
could
you,
be
bro.
fucking
He's
retarded.
got more than one
I could
condition.
be retarded, so
Definitely
Yeah.
got something else.
Yeah, I mean, there's something else up, you know, going on up there.
Not a heart thing, but something.
definitely
And we've been talking about caffeine for a long time.
It's
we
definitely-
How did we get
have.
here?
caffeine and carbohydrates.
Caffeine brought us
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Cars and
I
coffee.
had a large
Cars and
coffee
yeah.
when I came
caffeine.
here.
Did you? Oh, you did.
I'm
That's
still
right.
yawning.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And he's
Yeah,
That's
Brian
exactly
this
what I said
morning.
though.
I
Like, why
100%
can't
Your
take
insulin is probably
caffeine
through
that
the
late at
roof with
night?
the fucking crumble.
Yeah.
You had it
Yeah.
today?
The fats
Oh,
are starting to
yeah.
hit
Oh,
you.
dude, that shit is. What are you?
What's that noise? It's grumbling like a little
That
gremlin.
noise?
That's a clip.
Yeah, let's
Because
definitely
you're
put
growling
that.
at me.
Oh, he's growling.
Oh my
Little
god.
demon.
You
All
okay?
right. So what? Do you have a question, or you have a question about the car stuff? Because I'm still on pre-workout. Clearly, if you
you're-
haven't understood the
Yeah.
end,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck Andy made me. So
You like that?
this shit is good.
Hey, like,
Yeah,
Kentucky Mules, baby.
So yeah, I mean,
This is
I'm
good.
good enough to respond, but questions are not coming from me. So you
about
guys-
about car stuff?
Yeah, to the girls or like, or what about the girls? Do you guys have anything? You guys are smiling. You're about to talk the wildest shit, so I
Kristen's
want to
been
hear
very
it.
quiet. I want to hear
Yeah.
more from her.
What do you got? No, is there anything that's like, Greg, why the fuck do you do this? Or like, you know, like why? Oh my god,
Why you do that?
Oh.
dude, that was like another stroke
Oh
of
my
pre-workout.
God.
Dude, I thought like literally a wall was falling.
It's the pre.
Oh my
I
god.
kind of like this new lighting change.
Yeah,
You
like
like
the
it?
lighting change.
We'll leave. We'll rock
It
with
works.
it. I'm not reaching back there, so this is how it's gonna be.
I told him I had a heart problem. He's like, yeah, let's kill him.
Oh my god.
I don't know what. Yeah, do you guys have any? I don't know why you just made a sex noise.
That's
What
what
you did?
That's not.
We're
real.
clipping it.
Yeah, anything that you guys are like, why do they do this, or is it too much? Is it anything that's on
No,
your
I
mind
mean,
about it?
I get why you guys do it. Like, it makes sense to me. It's not my thing, but I do get it. For a long time, I really, really tried to understand cars.
No, you.
I did as
I
well.
really did.
Really?
You
That's
you surprise me
Yes.
sometimes.
I asked
really-
him like
and
what certain terms meant.
Yeah.
And what because when he's talking about it, it's like a different language.
She says that all the
I
time.
say that all the time. It really
I'm
is.
like, I want to understand a
Look at
little
that.
bit of it, and as the years have gone on, I feel like I don't know, attained more and understand a little bit more about it, which makes it easier, I think, to be around.
I was gonna say she knew your
She's about to start tuning.
your sister's husband's car, right? I
Right.
mean, girls would have just been like, "That's a super," you know, like
Or
most of
that.
them, no, or
Not even that.
or not
Yeah.
even that. So like that's, I mean, that's a, you know,
A bonus.
not being like ignorant to the topic in terms of like being around it every day is like, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel like the same thing. Like I tried really hard for a long time to understand it, and
Right.
I know more than the average
For
person.
sure, you both do, for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know, I just think that like, you know, when we watch car videos and stuff, like I get some of the stuff. Some things that they say, I'm like, what the
Well,
fuck
yeah.
are you
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about?
There's a
Like we
lot
were
of
watching a video last night, and I was like, I have understood maybe 2 words of what he
What
said
are you
this
watching?
entire
Yeah,
video.
like
We were
check
watching
it
a
out.
Adam
watching
Belzy video.
It was a 2JZ like build video, so
But
it was like
like,
super
okay.
in depth.
But when you say 2JZ, I know what that is.
Yeah.
So like
I mean,
that's
that's
something,
fair, yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You know what CP 8.5 ratio
No,
pistons
That's
are?
not
I
I
don't
know
wanna
that
know.
you're talking bullshit, and I
Do you
know
know
that's
what
not a
I
thing.
know.
HKS
Okay.
step 2 long
So
block
this is where I say no.
stroker.
This is where I say no.
I know that you're saying a lot of words that make sense
Exactly.
individually, but together that they're not a real
No, it's
thing.
just
That's
brands.
not real.
It's just brands. That's HCAS right there. That oil can.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
not
I
real.
can see it.
That's a step 3 stroke right there.
No, yeah, she definitely surprises me sometimes with like.
Do you ever work on his cars with him?
No, but I would if he asked me.
I would.
He wouldn't ask
I
me
would
because he
never
doesn't like
ask
me,
her all
but
the
it's
time.
fine.
Do
you really?
No, you don't.
Yeah, you just
You
don't
don't
come.
You don't listen.
I would like to defend myself with that.
I'd like to please.
Because growing up, we've grown up pretty much side by side, and I have helped you with things in the past. When it came to your car, I've cleaned your tires before. I've shined.
What?
Smile is
I've
getting
done stuff. I've
astronomical.
given his cars a car wash during the summers in
No.
years past, and I have helped.
Oh, yeah, you did help with the 2JZ
Yes.
engine pull.
And I did
What?
help with the
She
Supra.
stood in the engine bay when it was empty.
Yeah, the Supra.
Okay.
Yeah.
I helped you when you were tuning your Skyline. I did. But I will tell you the exact moment when Andrew stopped trusting me with his cars.
It blew up.
Okay.
Oh, I'm interested. Oh,
I'm
It's the
interested.
exact moment. Okay.
it's gonna piss me off.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's gonna
We were
piss
at
me
his
off.
Yes.
dad's house, okay?
Okay.
And it was with the S13. And
Oh, no.
we were power washing it.
Oh no!
What
You blew the
happened?
paint
Oh,
off?
she blew the paint off. Yeah.
But he didn't
This
tell
shit
me.
clean.
He didn't tell me that I had to be careful, and I didn't know, and I got
Oh,
too close,
shit.
and the paint went
Wait till
right
you
off.
classy
It's
did
like
it.
the car's
I
paint
kid
is.
you not.
Oh
that
my
was the
god.
moment that Andrew was like, "This bitch will never touch one of my fucking
God.
cars again."
I would
Yeah.
kill
Which
someone.
panel
that
was
was
it?
the moment.
It was the
I'm
Defender.
surprised he's still
Oh,
asking
you
me to
don't
marry
need it
him.
anymore
Yeah,
anyway.
that's
Yeah, I know, and it was in that
Oh, I
moment
would've
that I was
killed
like,
someone.
"Oh shit, I fucked up. Like
No,
this is
but
bad."
I was pissed because I knew that it was gonna happen,
Yeah.
and I probably should have told you. But I had power washed the car so many times before that.
It's like impossible.
And I just
You're thinking
know-
it's impossible.
You
Yeah.
thought
I just
was
know that to not
impossible.
hit that spot. Like I don't
Yeah.
think about that. Like, oh, don't get too close with it. Like
Kelsey's
it's just
like, this is hella dirty.
Didn't tell
Yeah.
me.
I gotta
Yeah.
really
Because
because
clean
it was,
this.
it was already a tiny little chip, and you know once you got a chip,
She's
it's
like,
going
why
right
isn't
under
this
that.
speck coming off?
She was like, was this white before or was this
Oh
gray
my
before?
God.
Yeah,
no,
no.
and that was the
Wow.
moment that
Yeah.
he was like, "All right, she's never touching a car again."
Yeah, that was.
That was pretty much it.
And that kind of was the last time you ever did anything with me too.
Yeah, pretty much.
You
No,
fucked
that's not
that
true.
one up.
I helped tune your Skyline. I
Well,
held
yeah.
the computer on my
Yeah,
lap.
She held the laptop.
It's
Yeah.
like having
See?
Gabe help me with my car stuff.
Gabe's not into.
Gabe is not.
He's into working on cars, but when I ask him for specific help, I always get so pissed at him. It's like that meme. It's like when the dad and the kid's like, hold this flashlight
Yeah.
for me, and the kid's like,
Like this.
I'm like, just hold it right there. I do it to her too. I'm like,
Yeah.
hold it
Yeah.
right here.
Wait,
And
the
then as soon
dog
as she
one,
holds it, she's
too.
like,
Yeah, the dog. I'm trying my best.
He's like, can you fucking hold? And the dog's like,
Stay
You
still.
act aggressive about it. Yeah, you
Yeah, I
do.
do
But
get
that is the
aggressive.
thing,
No,
though,
it's
like-
but that when you're in the middle of a job and you already been at it for
It's shit,
14
yeah.
minutes and you busted your knuckles
you're
3 times.
frustrated.
yeah, dude, the wind
Yeah.
hits you the wrong way and you're going to war. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You get
but
that
the
little-
second that you start getting frustrated with me, I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
doing this.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
sitting
walk
here
away.
with
Suspension
this.
work.
Oh,
Every
dude,
time.
my fucking knuckles.
Dude, every time I was doing suspension, I was like cursing the thing left and right. I wanted to blow the thing up. I thought so many times just lighting a match and just dropping it in the gas tank that was right above me. Oh, that would have been so nice.
I would have recorded that.
Oh, dude, doing my subframe on the S13. Oh my god.
Nope, no thanks.
suspension work
Uh.
and T4 flanges.
Yeah, or alternators.
What about the
It
third
must
time
be
that you
the
busted?
It must be got it.
That's not
It's
real.
I've
probably
never
the
had to do an
alternate.
alternator before, to be honest.
You never had to?
Never had to replace one.
I don't think
Oh,
I've
what
ever
about the
had.
time your
I know, I was
serpentine
just
belt?
gonna say yeah.
Oh my gosh, her stupid Nissan Altima was the bane of my existence.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, you want to
So
put
is
new
mine.
tires on mine? Yeah.
No,
14 broken lug studs later.
I was.
Man, that
I was on
Mavis
the
was
middle
busted.
Yo,
of the Bear
Mavis?
Mountain. Kid you not, I was on the middle of the Bear Mountain. I was on my way home from college,
Wow, what a spot.
and my
Second
car
legs.
just stopped moving.
Sick.
And I was like, what the fuck? I had no service.
That was a
I had to walk a mile to get service, and I called Andrew. We were like just dating at this point. It was like maybe a couple months in.
This
And I was
motherfucker
like,
made his bed.
Hey, so my car is not working and I don't know what's wrong with it. Walk a mile down the road and my serpentine belt is on the ground.
It's probably the alternator.
Oh my god.
That's where the
And he
Neo
had to
originated.
come pick me up. We had to get my car towed. He had to
That's
fix
crazy.
it. It was a whole fucking thing.
I tried fixing it. I
Yeah.
did fix it, but something had sprayed oil all over the. Oh, your coolant. Your
Yeah,
coolant
yeah, yeah.
overflowed, and it went
Oh,
all
it
over the
spun it?
serpentine
Yeah.
belt. And once it got wet, it just wouldn't stay on the thing anymore.
And it, yeah, every time. it just-
Oh, so it
Yeah.
just
Right
fell
off.
off.
It
track?
just fell
Oh,
right
okay.
off. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that shit was not going
Oh,
back
yeah,
on.
that
Not
shit
today.
sucked.
Nope. That shit was
It's
so
so bad.
busted.
That's insane.
And then yeah, like I said, doing the wheels.
Yeah.
Mavis was
That
just
was
like
so bad. They really just right on there.
Yo, they really
cross-threaded every
crazy,
single
bro.
freaking
They,
stud.
They
Yeah.
still do that.
It was 3 on every single wheel.
Yeah, it was bad.
Wow.
That was nuts.
Crazy.
Like, you can visibly
And that's why
watch
he
them. They'd
doesn't
be
work on
like,
my cars anymore.
they'd be like, yeah, I saw the show last night. Just like as they're like discussing what happened in The Last of Us, just blowing your fucking.
Dude.
Nah, baby, this is the
Yeah.
biggest scam.
That's crazy. And then
Yeah,
you go
they
back and they're
scam
like, yeah,
everything.
$1,000.
The workers there are just trash.
They're just
Yeah. 'Cause
they're
literally
high schoolers.
They're so bad.
They're high
Yeah.
schoolers and people who couldn't make it at a real mechanic
That's
shop.
that's really
Yeah,
why.
that's
It's like
what
the
it
Mako
is.
to the fucking
Yeah.
auto body world.
That's Cav. I'm getting a Mako paint
That's
job.
unbelievable. You just Fonzie, I need you. Yep.
Yeah, that's sick.
So
So,
bad.
what about you? Oh, what was your question?
I didn't have a question.
Who has
That was
a
your question?
No, I talked about why you don't let me work on your cars anymore.
Well, yeah, we don't want to talk about that anymore.
It's clearly never happening again.
Never again.
Yeah, it was bad.
If you two could change it, like them being into cars or maybe dropping it in the future, would you?
No. No.
No, I really wouldn't.
I think
No, I feel like
it's
it's
a
an honest
great-
question because it's shaped both.
Oddly
think
enough,
it's a
they both had the
great
same answer
passion.
before a wedding.
I straight up told him, once I have a ring, you can do whatever the fuck you want with your cars and I won't give a fuck.
She did say that.
I did say that.
I'm still getting that caddy.
I'm still waiting for my
I think
ring.
as long as Greg's smart about it
She
and
has
with
all the
his
greatest
money, that's all I really care. I've asked him in the past about this to not go back all the way to the financial topic, but
Well,
I
you're
trust his.
You're
his,
dating the smartest of
you
the
know.
bunch, that's for sure.
I just trust his view with it, and he's explained it to me because I always was like, "Why are you spending so much money? Like, what's gonna happen when we're married?" But he's really explained it to me, and he also has his, e-business with automotive stuff. So I really do believe in him and like his entrepreneurship as well when it comes to the car community. And I think he has a lot to offer.
Greg do be slinging parts.
Damn.
You do. No, you do.
I think your main concern was mostly the quantity of cars that I was.
That's
Yep,
what it
that'll
was.
definitely do it.
Not
We
the
talked
car
about it
parts.
last
Definitely
time.
do it.
It was. What are you up to? 62.
One.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's
I
insane.
thought it was
I haven't bought a car
Yeah.
yet this year. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
Is pretty crazy.
But you bought 3
Well,
right
it's
before
because
the
you
end of
got.
the year.
It's also
so-
because you got like 3 like fucking and God knows where Jay is, but you have like
Jay
3.
gave me an
Exactly.
update today. He
Oh yeah, tell the people.
I gotta replace the first gear synchro,
There's no way you just snapped your neck.
so waiting on that. But engine harness will be soon.
So what? He's like, is it smoked the harness? Repinning? What's going on?
So he wants to build a whole new harness for the Haltech.
Jeez.
He doesn't want to reuse the 30-year-old one that's in there
All in house or
Yeah.
is he buying stuff?
in house.
Nice.
No
That's gonna be
spec.
cool. That should add a nice touch to it.
Yeah.
He's a fucking whiz with it, so you're in good hands with that aspect. That's crazy. No one got that, but no one's gonna. Get that.
I don't know.
They got them at Wawa.
What?
The engine harness?
The hands?
There's no way. Jay has one hand.
She saw.
Yes.
Oh, you
I
did
did.
see it.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw
You never
I
saw
it.
thought
it.
she was
I don't
trying
know.
Yeah,
to
I
like.
met Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has one hand and
He
he's
has
a better
one
mechanic than
hand.
anybody else I have ever seen in my life.
Nub.
Good for him.
Actually
Like a little
insane.
nub.
It's pretty sick.
So what'd you say? Do you want to change it?
Change.
No, yeah.
I don't
Would
know
you-
what
would-
the
do you-
fuck just happened.
Do you
Yeah.
ever want to get out of the game, you think?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm not even kidding.
Out
Like
of cars?
completely.
Complete. Wow.
It's expensive.
Well, I
that's
mean,
It
not
is
wrong.
an
What
expensive.
what's the
sport,
expensive thing?
yeah.
So I'm huge on like, and I mentioned it in the last video in terms of like really seeing things full frame. I think, and it's like the perfectionist concept behind me. And yeah, I mean, the GTR put me in a real fucking. I mean, I don't have a choice, but I'm in a real fucking pickle.
Yeah, definitely dill pickle.
And yeah, and I don't even like pickles, so.
You're in a whole fucking jar, bro.
Yeah, so it's definitely. So I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, I'll figure it out. But it's definitely. I don't know. Like maybe minus the few that I really want to build, and who the fuck knows? I may get it back and go just like, because I've been out for 2 years.
Yeah,
I've been out for 2 years.
That's true.
And like
Doesn't
a
feel
lot,
like that long.
and it doesn't. It really doesn't. A lot of shit has happened in the 2 years, personally, financially, and from a business perspective. So it kept me occupied. But I just can't help but think, like I literally, even closing videos and podcasts and shit like that, I just can't help like, I literally just, because when there's no answer, the answer, and you guys know, was always just get in the car and go somewhere. And the Jeep is not doing that. I mean, it's not, sure, physically it'll take me there, but it's like I can't grasp that. It literally feels like a piece of me is missing. And it's minus the fucking amount that I spent. That's like an extremely special car. That's like a car. I mean, it's just, if it's honestly your feelings times 10 when you bought yours, when you were like, I just got my first right hand, it was that time, like that was my poster car. This wasn't like, I got a TSX, this is my, like this was like real big deal, like hard.
Oh yeah.
And it came to a realization, and I got, and I stressed it even in the videos, I got stale and stuff like that. But then like, it's weird because I'm like, I gotta risk it and then understand that I can make it back. So like from like a standpoint of like wiring and like mindset and stuff like that, I have to risk it and then understand. Like I work backwards, because like I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm working towards we'll just say 6-figure build, and then like, oh, I'll just save up year in and year. I wasn't gonna do it if I was saving up. I just literally would have spent money otherwise.
You would have found other ways to spend that money.
Yeah, and it was a little bit of a weird curve because of just what's happened in both my mistakes and external factors with the relational side of things. But even with a house was always in the picture, and what I spent on the car would have put me in a house. But it's like, why am I? And we have that conversation as a whole with the group. Why am I going to sit in a house alone? And like it's you really think about that stuff. I mean, and going back to the resale question, it was never in the concept, but it's like,
it's a good thing to fall back on.
I mean, I don't know what that's worth. I don't know what that's worth. As far as I know, mine is Bowman's, and whatever Tommy decides to do to his, mine is it right now. Mine is what's in Australia. Mine is it here. And I think that's underplaying it, but mine is like going to be really special when it's out. So the fallback and like the weight off my shoulders in terms of like, if shit hits the fan and it's fine, it's gone. It's like an ease of mind. And then we talk about like other builds with Georgie and how they'll literally be a fraction of like a third of the fucking cost. It really has you like thinking like, damn. But then again, like on the other shoulder, the devil's advocate is like, well, I also wouldn't be making this much money. And I spoke about that in the video. And like we're the three of us are going to talk about self-employed and entrepreneur route and the business ownership and that concept of things. With that pressure, I don't think I would be doing what I'm doing. It's different when you wake up and you have to earn money every day. Like, because if the car was in the garage turnkey, that's when I got soft. I mentioned that to you as well, in terms of like having it directly at my the exposure therapy of like, hey, it's there whenever. It gave me like that satisfaction. Then when I pulled back and it was like, all right, let it be a weekend car, it gave me more gratitude and appreciation towards it. And now having it gone for 2 years, dude, I'm like fucking.
You need it.
I'm like itching to jump in your cars when we go. I love that stuff. Like I love.
Do you even feel like you own that car anymore?
I really don't. If I'm being completely honest, I don't. And Pete's car blew my fucking mind.
Oh yeah.
And me and Pete had a really great talk in the car and stuff like that, and we were talking about numbers and this and that in terms of power. And he didn't even really get on it, but I was just like, damn, this is like we talk about. I'm like, it doesn't even feel real. Like we joke about it, but it's like I was like, it doesn't. I don't know what's gonna. I'm getting a completely another car. I'm getting a completely different car.
You're not. Yeah, the car you had is not what you're getting back.
From and that's everything. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, it's not even just motor work, and we'll just say that. But
everything.
Like, it's the whole. Everything's changing. dynamics, suspension, arms. Like it's literally going to be and it wasn't a bad drive. It wasn't even a bad driving car to begin with. Like mine was bone stock. You have a bone stock car.
They
You know how
drive
they
nice
drive
stock.
amazing. To think like that times,
To go from that to 1,000 horsepower
Yeah.
with everything else done to it.
Do you have an idea of when you're
That's
getting it
gonna be
back yet?
nuts.
It's technically in April. So
Okay.
there's a lot of stuff happening at the shop where things have to be done by a certain time, let's just say, and like mine is on the chopping block in terms of like last on the list. And I get that because in the realm of like taking care of your friends first, I can't say I would have done things differently because I'm the only one in the shop without leverage of like I'm his friend. It was just like literally I'm a consumer. So I got that.
You do
concept.
know that they're doing a batch like this coming week, right?
Yeah.
Are you in that batch?
There's only like 3 left, so.
It was 6.
Yeah. Well, in terms of what batches are coming back?
No, batch is getting done.
Oh, I'd imagine it's probably mine. I mean, because I missed his call the other day. So
Oh, okay.
possibly.
Well, hopefully it's this month.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
now we got a taste of the good weather last week.
it's
and
it's priming up, and it sucks because it's like, as much as even wanting to be with you guys in the car, it's not the same. I love it, and it's better than nothing, but it's just not.
Right, it's not the same as driving your
It's not.
car.
It's really not, and it's
Yeah.
like it's gonna sound gay and corny, but it's like I'm not me without it. Like I really feel like a
Totally.
big piece of me is missing. I don't
Yeah.
talk the same. I don't move the
I
same.
agree.
And
Well, yeah, it's like when you're always in someone else's car, it's like,
yeah,
whatever.
And it's
but
hard.
when it's your car, it's a totally different vibe.
because of even what we want to do with the community, I almost feel like posy or like out of character when I'm like, I want to do this, and that, but it's like, all right, I have to wait on my car.
Yeah.
Like I was even balancing that with the news I told you guys before, of wanting to do something for the community, but like, how am I gonna do something if I don't fucking have anything?
right.
Hey Andy, hey Greg, I need your cars.
Gotta
We
call
need
you
fucking
in.
I gotta call in the fucking troops. Like I don't want to, I would love to like, for what I want to do, and it's like devil's advocate because it's like I'm waiting for something to do something when I could actually act on something, and then like when I get it back, it's really just a gray area in terms of like, can I move without it? Yeah, but it's like I could also move easier with it. So it's like like kind of trying to line up momentum and potential is kind of like that's the hardest part in this world we live in.
Yeah.
But definitely, I mean, I'm excited. I think, I just thinking like the timing is really good. Like I said, I think everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. This took this long for a reason. I made a joke out of it the other day to Andy. I was like, there's between all of the relationships, none of them, my car build has lasted more than my relationships. It's funny.
Sick.
It's funny, but that's the truth. And I really think I'm like, is that the one she's like? But I mean, all good jokes contain some truth.
Yes.
Either I fucked up, they fucked up, they haven't been around long enough, or whatever it was.
Right.
She my first went to the new Kxannaxn. That was it. After that, it went down. That's when I went and did summer shredding. After that one show, that was the last show ever. I remember one of Will's friends took the photos. It was all of us, me, Will, like the whole crew went. And that was the last time. That was like 21. That was November 21.
Yeah. You brought it to them in November.
Yep. Because as soon as I think
crazy.
like mid-October, I sent it. I was like, I'm going to Texas, just take it.
Honestly, that feels like it was like this past November.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel like, and again, I've been
Crazy.
blessed enough to be busy, but it doesn't feel that long. But then when I sit down and think of it, I'm like, wait, she lost fucking
Shit, it's been a
18
long
months,
time.
like what's,
Yeah. That's
But
crazy.
again, grand scheme is like, I have my forever. I'm chasing forever with that car. God willing, if I'm allowed to have kids, or if anybody's fucking psycho enough to team up with me. It's going. That's the one that's there. That's
Uncle
like,
Storms don't get you
Yeah.
first.
yeah,
It'll
that's
be there.
that's the one that's like, you better like that is the only rule in life. Go do what you want, but like that's the one you got to take care of.
So like
No.
that's a car that you picture having for
That's not going anywhere.
forever. For the
Yeah,
end of time.
like I honestly, because even me and Pete spoke about what's the dollar amount, and I was like, honestly,
doesn't matter.
I don't know.
So okay, so you said before if like the oh shit thing comes in, car's gone to get you out of it.
Yeah.
How soon would you exhaust that possibility?
Oh,
I mean,
jeez.
this is like
Yeah.
a crazy hypothetical situation. Like it's
Um,
even hard to comprehend, like to talk about it.
But like, what would it take for you to have to get rid of that car?
Like
Yeah.
how bad do you need to be down? Like, are you living out of that car? Do you think?
Yeah.
Like, would you
I would
get to that point?
literally, I would max out and pay interest on every card before selling that car.
So once you exhaust all your possible,
Yeah, once
Like,
it's
I would
there's
literally have to
literally
save
nothing
that.
left.
Because you know what it
Wow.
is? It's become such a, on a corny level, a part of me, but it's just like knowing what I've done without the car in a business owner, self-entrepreneur route, and now me doing that, because it's just a part of my life, now me adding that into the mix, like the cool factor, right? For nothing more, nothing less. Doing that impossible, that's always been the pipe dream. I mean, you guys know the pipe dream. It's always been the cool cars, the girls, the gym, life. Like, that was it. It's all I want, nothing more, nothing less. Take it out on the weekends. We have fun with the girls. If the girls don't want to come, the girls do something. We're all in the gym. We can take the fast cars to the gym. Like, that's it. As simple as and as plain as that sounds, that's it. I don't want anything more. I don't want anything less. So the fact that now, if I have to get rid of that, I don't know if that is, it's literally like oh my God, it would be so bad.
you can't do the others
I
without
can't
it.
even, I don't think so.
So my question is, this is a little bit on the opposite spectrum.
Mhm.
Like, you have all the things, you have this car. Is there any other car that you're like, I have to have this car? Or is
There's definitely a few, but not that. There's also, there is a few, but also not any. There's the one that I'm gonna say I could live without, which is the first model to our car, which is the Hako.
Yeah, you don't need that.
I don't.
Nobody needs that car.
If I could, can I live without it? Absolutely. Would I love to live with it? Yeah, absolutely. But that's like, I remember moving so ferociously when I didn't have the, how much time? We should be close. Okay. I just remember moving so strong when I didn't have the car. And it really, really, like, I don't know, I can't tell you why I got soft. I don't know if it was so here's another thing we tapped into. Me and Andy on a very personal level. I don't know if I'm me when I'm with other people. Meaning relationships. I don't move the way I want to. I'm not allowed to move the way I want to. So again, respectfully getting in a relationship, and everybody here can attest to it, it's a responsibility.
It is.
Like, you're going into it knowing, you're offering something, they need help, they need this, they need that, right? Independently growing together, supporting each other, this and that.
Yes.
And I touched on it on the last video, I'm living a non-sustainable, insane lifestyle right now.
100%.
Agreed.
No, I don't think anyone can keep up with me. And
Yo, I see your Instagram post at 3 a.m. at the gym.
respectfully,
Yeah, I'm
it's
like,
like I don't, but I also like, but here's the thing, and you really, like, I'm fucking insane. I'm like actually insane in terms of like what I want in life. Like, I'm really so like head through a brick wall. If I don't get what I want, I just don't want anything. So the whole like selling,
Yeah.
so the whole like, when before it was like, oh yeah, at 300,000 I'll sell the car. Now it's like, I don't even know if you could buy my car. So it's like, because it's been such an important, from Hot Wheels to canvases to magazines to movie, like, that was the car.
Mm-hmm.
So to compromise and say you can't have everything, I don't know. I don't know. That's right if you want it to be. Like, but I'm a huge believer in like truth is a matter of perception. Because like what's not sustainable, like I don't know what balance is. We have a lot of talks on balance, and like I don't know like like if balance is working on the things you don't want to do. Like if balance is ignoring the things you're good at to do the things you don't want to do, then why are you doing the things you don't want to do?
I mean, I feel that though, because like
you don't like
balance,
cars. Why
right.
would I tell you to go work on cars?
right.
So like I don't know the idea of like, I don't know what balance is. Like, balance to me is making time for my friends, which I do on the weekends mostly. And Monday, I mean honestly, Sunday through, because Saturday is our day. Sunday through Friday, I don't even know how many hours I'm working. I don't know how many hours I'm working.
Well, I feel like that's like the same for me, because balance for me is balancing my 3 jobs with my grad school and then sometimes friends if I have time for that. And it's like, balance is such a hard thing to come by, because it's like the actual balance probably is making time for the things that you like with making time for the things that you need to do but don't necessarily want to do. Whereas like for me, it's like I feel like balance is doing all the things that I want to do in this amount of time and then hopefully having time for something else.
Yeah. So, because a big thing running off of that, and what I wrote down up after the last video I just put up, is you're never going to be proud of the present moment until you're proud of your presence. So, like, you're not really gonna enjoy what you're doing until, like, you're proud of where you are. And I can honestly say, as little as the time as we give each other, because just we're simply fucking busy, when we're together, there's not a single phone out right now, minus mine, because, like, I'm making sure someone's okay. There's not a single phone out. There's not a single piece of distraction. No one's asking anybody, hey, give me 2 hours out of your day. So, like, the fact that, like, we can, and why I hone in on the group and this and that, and why, like, I don't care about, like, who said what and who said this, who said that, and who left, who came, who's not. I know the validity of the group, and why I preach it is because, like, if I can just, and I'm going to say this, it might be like an ego statement, pardon it for a second, I'm already taken care of. Okay, like, if I'm doing all I'm doing right now, and, like, yeah, the pressure's on, but, like, I can only do so much alone. The concept of, like, my flex is I'm managed by you guys. You guys don't understand that. And if you don't, now you do. I'm managed by you guys. Meaning, like, if I make a bad move, for sure as fuck, this motherfucker holds me accountable.
That's right.
And then if I make a funky move, you backtrack. She feels uncomfortable because of stuff is heard about me. She's just mindfully blocking her man and just having her. So I get that. But now the fact that, like, when you cut the grass really fucking low, like, really fucking low, you know who's around. The move I just made, I told you guys prior to this podcast, we don't fall, like, and the whole being present, that concept and that analogy behind it is when, from a male perspective, when we fall, we just, our byproduct, for me it's work, and I'm sure for you guys it's just work. We don't feel things, we do it sad, we do it depressed, we do it upset. I really took time off. I really genuinely took time off, looked in the mirror, I'm fucking up, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, it's all, like, I'm a social character, and I have a chip on my shoulder in Westchester now. People are just waiting for me to take the wrong breath. And that's fine. That's honestly fine. But knowing that there's that much pressure on me and all this at stake, that nobody even has a clue, and you guys know, a clue what's going on, it genuinely, it makes me happy. Because, like, now I know when shit will always hit the fan, matter of when, like, this doesn't change. This doesn't change. We may be mad at each other for months, weeks. I haven't talked to this motherfucker for 2 years before we even met. Still came back. Better than ever. People don't have this. People don't have the support I have. So yeah, I'm going to make the sacrifice. I'm going to lose my health to do this, to do that. For you guys, for the people who are supporting me. Because it means more than just, like, they're there for me. When you're batting for me, when you're doing this, when you're doing that, when I get up from the table, am I the topic of discussion? A lot of the times I was. I'm no fucking saint. God knows more than fucking you guys. But I don't try to be perfect. I did. For sure as fuck I did. I tried to paint that unsustainable lifestyle. And all it did was separate me from the masses. Which, in a world that you need people to succeed, I don't know if that helped.
Right.
The gap is so far, and, like, trying to generalize it is, like, it's tracking backwards, but, like, I've just been so disconnected from reality that, like, people piss me off. I would literally hit somebody in real time. I have hit somebody in real time. That's how disconnected I am. I really just see the world through a different scope. And it makes me insane, but I can see, you know, he's like, I don't see myself quitting the hospital. I see him running the business. He doesn't see it. I see him managing me fully. And then you have your role. I haven't told you your role, but you have your role. I have to let you grow into your role. If you want me to be completely honest, you have to grow into your role. I can't tell you what the role is, but you have to grow into it. And you're gonna. You're gonna, just because of what we're surrounded with, how we're moving. And it's just, and then the girls, as a byproduct, they're just always gonna see what we reap. That goes without a, so, like, going back to the whole, like, is there a girl out there? I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I don't. I can't. I don't know if I can honestly look a girl in the eye and be like, hey, are you gonna be okay with me editing at 1:30 in the morning and like you're not gonna see me for like 4 or 5 days?
It's a lot to ask.
It is.
And that's the responsibility, and that's just
lot.
unfortunately, it actually, scratch unfortunately, it's just the life I chose.
It's your life.
It's just the life I
It is
chose.
what
I
it is.
really just
It's your
want.
life.
Well, and I feel like I genuinely do, like, I'm a person who believes that there is someone for everyone. And so, like, there is someone out there in the world who's probably doing the same thing or is okay with someone doing that. And maybe you just haven't found that person yet. Maybe that person isn't in this area or, you know, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. The whole,
But-
like, your soulmate's not even in the same fucking country. as you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it
God
probably
willing.
will. Yeah.
yeah, but,
It
you know,
probably
it's like,
might be
Chinese
like
style.
that. It might be like
Thailand.
that.
Yeah.
it is,
And it might
it
be
is
at the
very
weirdest time in your life.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be
When
at the
you're
most
older.
inconvenient time ever.
Oh,
Exactly.
100%.
It's gonna be inconvenient.
Because it's like weird. It's almost like, do you want to just like come to the house and work together? That's my
Basically.
idea of a date. That has
Right.
to be my idea of a date for the next like 5 years.
You trying to film
Yeah,
for
There's
me?
definitely
Like-
someone like that out
I
there.
just
A filmer?
I don't know, right? Like, how can you ask somebody that? I'm
Yeah.
I'm the one asking, and I'm like, how can I ask that?
Right.
Hey, do you want to like
Yeah.
make more money? You know, like, hey, I mean, not that little, but like, you
Yeah.
know, you want to like invest? Like, that's not sexy. Hey, babe, Saturday, big investment day.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Get
I
your
would.
bank statements.
there might be someone who is like,
And it's like
yo,
insane. And
that's
I-
it for
Yo,
me.
you just need a sugar mommy.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
at this
Yo.
rate,
That's
I've
true.
harped on the
Good
fact of just like I don't know if I need it's a partner. It's a partner more than I need.
That's
Right.
exactly what I was just
It's
about
not.
to say.
I don't
I
know
feel
if
like
I
you
can.
don't need a girlfriend. You need a partner. Like, you need somebody
A
who's gonna.
guy.
I mean, at this rate, the natural high I get from building this life is like I don't know if it can be topped.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it needs to be somebody who's on par with you, who's
Yeah.
like doing the same thing that you're doing, not necessarily somebody who's like sitting back in the background,
Yeah.
doing whatever they're doing.
And
Like,
unfortunately,
you,
that was the.
like, you
Yeah.
need somebody who is doing the same shit as you, who's on the same level as you, and like that's hard to come by.
Yeah.
Strong personality.
Specific. Yeah, strong personality.
Yeah, no, I need you to think for yourself. I think that's the first thing I've asked every
Yeah.
girl. Can you think for yourself? Yes. And then like 4 months down the road, it's like it's not happening. You know, and again, like,
That's always the
That
answer
is-
you're gonna
that's
get.
a generational.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
it's
and
generalization.
it's yelling at a cloud because like you know they're not out there because I see you two. They're not out there. It's just they're not out there, if you know what I mean. They're not physically where I'm at.
Right.
They're not going to the gym at 1 a.m.
I was gonna say,
they're
like,
not.
you're at your house and you're at the gym at 1 o'clock in the morning. What do you expect?
Yeah, like I was telling
male
a friend, I
woman.
literally leave to go to the gym and I go home. I don't want to be outside anymore. So it's like stuff that's gonna make me uncomfortable, like bringing the cars out, doing this, doing that. It's like I don't, you know, like social media is great, but it's bringing different animals around because like, and animals used in a loose term, not literally, but the concept of it is like now I don't even know, and I mentioned it to Andrew, I don't know if I want anyone now. That's the thing.
Well, it's hard to meet people like now. You know, social media is a huge like traction grabber
Yes.
for you specifically. Yeah, where we at?
10 minutes
11,
left.
11:15
Okay.
or 1:15. I mean, it's hard to like.
To know who's around for
Well, it's hard to know who's around, but it's also hard to know who someone is
Yeah.
by meeting them online. Because, like, you know, the online presence is the highlights of the life,
Mhm.
and you're only
Right.
gonna see what the best things about someone are. And your first 2, 3, 4 weeks are going to be all the good things about them.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get invested into I mean, this is just general relationship stuff,
Yeah.
101. When you get invested in someone is when you start learning about them. And that's when you need to make your actual decision. It's like the person that you'd need to have years and years of like digging and understanding who they are before that you know that they're right for you. Especially you. Like I mean
Yeah.
especially you.
no, yeah, like I
Yeah.
quite. I
Because you
think,
need to know who someone is to the very core.
like I am
Yeah.
to put humor in it, like I'm the street. If I'm being completely honest, I am like quite literally the definition of just like the street guy with the I don't really care about like when I get angry, it's just like whatever, you know, like, and we talk about it with Georgie all the time. It's like the hot smoke that is going on in the social world. Like I'm gonna pull up and literally probably beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. And
Like so like that.
rash decision.
Yeah, you know, it's like so saying that like, you know, I literally, but it's hard. It's like I almost need a girl that's been around the block. If I'm being completely
Yeah, yeah.
honest, I need
Yeah.
a girl that's. But the problem is, and we were
Been
talking,
through it.
yeah. But the problem is, the girl that's been through it is taken on, and this is not a funny statement, has taken on such masculine features that they realize, and now they're probably earning more, if not on track to earn more than maybe most boys, not men. They realize they don't need us anymore. And I don't know whose fault it is. It's the immaturity of the boy and the girl growing into a masculine role in terms of like maybe a submissive role.
I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say about everything you just said.
Okay. So hold on. Let me do this.
Uh-huh. Number one is that
I didn't mean any of that negatively first. Okay.
I
But
understand.
go ahead.
I do understand that.
Okay.
However, a woman does not become more masculine for being more independent.
Agreed.
Okay.
And independence is not a masculine feature.
Absolutely not.
So if you want a woman who is submissive, that is a you thing, and that is not on the woman to be submissive for you.
Agreed.
I know you didn't mean it in a negative way.
No.
However,
And I don't not agree with what you're saying. But the aspect of it is when girls
don't need men. Women don't need men.
So okay,
if you
but hold
think
on.
that I need Andrew,
No, but hold on.
I don't.
But that my point being is that
I want him.
when you grow,
Don't need him.
when you grow
Kristen needs me.
within,
I
but when you
don't,
grow
but I
within that
love
fashion,
you.
and it comes from an immature standpoint. Like if you've been independent for so long, like if you've been without Andrew for as long as you've been with Andrew, been alone with Andrew, and you've been doing it on your own, are you really gonna want a guy?
Yeah,
For what?
because I like him.
No, not Andrew, just in general. Like if
Yeah,
you
to have
build a
a
life, you have
partner
a
in
house on your
life.
own, are you still gonna go out and search?
Yeah, I had plenty on my own, but I wanted Andrew because he brought joy to my life. Not
Right.
because I needed a man to make me happy or to bring something else to the table, because he is genuinely a person that makes me happier and that makes me more like, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't need him to make me who I am and to make me independent. Like, that's not it. Andrew brings joy to my life because of who he is. But the fact of the matter is that if I didn't have a man in my life, I wouldn't be any less of who I am. Like, I would be just as happy. I would be, well, maybe not just as happy because he does bring a lot.
Right.
to
Yeah,
the
no,
table.
again,
So
yeah,
you know
it
what
goes
I mean?
that
Like,
goes without saying.
I don't need somebody else to make me happy. And I don't need somebody else to make me independent. And I don't need somebody else, period. The end. I don't need anyone else.
Right.
I want him in my life.
Yeah.
I don't need him. And so if you want somebody that needs you, then you're going to find somebody that has a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
probably shit that you don't want to deal with.
No, you're right. Yeah.
But if you need somebody that needs a man to be happy, that person is not happy.
Well, definitely not in that. Yeah, not quite literally in those terms.
Yeah,
But in terms of like,
But,
and I don't
but
want to
somebody
say it.
that somebody that is submissive, somebody that needs you, is never going to be happy with you because they're not happy on their own.
In terms of literal submission, not literally like I need Johnny to do this, I need Johnny to do that, I need Johnny to do this, or like I need Andrew to do this, do that. But in terms of just like, and I'm gonna say it really loosely and vaguely,
Yes.
but knowing the roles in the relationship. And again,
What are the
that's
roles in the
not.
relationship?
Yeah, what are the roles?
Well, just quite. I mean, are you gonna, if the toilet goes bad, are you gonna do it or is Andrew gonna do it?
I fixed my own toilet 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I've fixed my toilet many times, yes.
You leave
Without
the-
Greg.
You leave the handles
I
out
don't.
running.
That's
You know,
crazy.
you can.
She
you,
left
you can continue to
clogged
try
shower
to.
That's
for
'cause I
3
just
weeks.
fucking
That
wanted
was
to
deter
fucking
the
disgusting.
situation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nasty.
you saw that, right?
I'm not gonna
No.
lie, that was nasty. It wasn't because I couldn't do it. It's because I didn't fucking
No,
want
you couldn't
to.
do that.
And I didn't expect you to do it.
Yeah, but you couldn't do that because I had to make a fucking tool to do that. You couldn't have done that. I'm telling you right now.
Honestly,
Crap.
would have dealt with it
Kristen
or would
calls
have
me
gone
and
along
says,
with
my
it.
car doesn't start.
What?
My car doesn't start. I need you to get a battery.
But
Yeah, so
here's the
there-
thing, though, is
That's
that
a
if we
different
didn't have
situation.
you, right? If we didn't have you,
You would call somebody.
we would figure it out.
Yes, we would
Right?
figure it out.
I don't know about
I
It
that.
would-
depends, but
It's-
yes.
I don't know about that.
But I'm
Excuse
not a
me?
fucking idiot.
No,
right?
and I'm not saying
I'm
it.
getting
I'm not.
pissed off.
I'm not saying it in that aspect. but like,
I don't mean it that way,
Yeah.
right? Like I mean that I'm independent enough to know when I need help.
all right, so you're a.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this before, like, because I'm not. And again, whoever's watching, we're not fucking. This is just like I said, conversation.
No.
You two are very few and far between, as you guys would know in that aspect of things. So like, the generational gap or whatever, the mindset gap, whatever you want to call it, is very like. Because I'm sure you guys have girlfriends that are literally like,
Idiots. Yeah.
yeah.
But it doesn't even
yeah,
come.
yeah.
I'm gonna put the
Friends that
kibosh
are
on this right
doesn't-
now because the people that I do stuff at work for make 17 times what I make, have 15 degrees in college, and are these well-versed, very, very smart people that can't change a light bulb. Like
Yeah.
they can't change a light. They can't hang a picture. They can't move a piece of furniture. They can't do shit. And these people are supposed to be the ones that are the elite
Yeah,
of
leading
our
in,
class.
yeah.
Well, and so that's my point in independence, at least, right? In that if you want, you can't have somebody who's independent who also is submissive at the same time, right? Like if you don't want somebody who is going to have a lot of needs and who is going to be like this, like baggage filled human being, you can't have someone who's independent.
So do you not, and this could be hypothetical and it could have never happened, but is there not positions where you've ever submitted to Andrew? In terms of like maybe knowing your role or, and again, I'm not saying that in like a fucking crazy fashion, but like just like, okay, like maybe Andrew's mad about something or Andrew this or Andrew that. And you're just like, hey babe, I'm sorry. Or just like,
Nope.
no, okay. And that's a genuine question. That's what I'm saying.
Never
I mean,
said
you're-
she's sorry.
That's
and
not true.
That's a genuine question.
That's
though.
not
what I'm
true.
asking. Yeah, I mean,
That's
a
bullshit.
No.
That's not true.
Nope.
I apologize when I'm wrong.
Well, not
Nope.
well, when you're
Yes,
wrong.
I
You're wrong.
fucking
Yeah.
do. Shut up.
Oh,
When was the last time
jeez.
you were wrong?
Oh God.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
But what about you?
Exactly.
What's your take on this? Because it's been a lot of me and Kelsey.
Yeah.
What's your, I'm
I
being
mean-
completely. I mean, like I said, I'm not you guys, so I'm just
Yeah.
very like,
I mean,
I know what I
it's
know
a
and, like-
different relationship. For me, it's I don't know.
There's
It's
no right or wrong,
part,
so it's
yeah, it's part like I don't know. Growing up with you, I was kind of in that submissive type of role because I was trying to figure out myself.
Mhm.
I had low self confidence as a kid and
Mhm.
as a teenager. I really didn't know myself. I was the shy kid. I'm still the shy kid now. And it took me a really long time to really grow up and be on my own. And me and Greg, we took a break in college and kind of experienced other things besides ourselves, like being with each other. And I didn't know what that was. But in terms of like submissiveness, I feel like I've grown into my own, but I also think that in a relationship, it's healthy to like make certain compromises and things because that's honestly the only way it's going to work. You can still be yourself and still be independent, but also in the relationship create compromises that make your relationship healthier without like disturbing your own, independence and your own agency.
Yeah, I completely agree. And so like I think that part of it, like the term submissive is so like
yeah, it's an ugly.
yeah,
it's
it's
an
a meaning
ugly
term.
It
term.
is,
Yeah.
it is very demeaning.
And
And
I
so
don't.
like
Yeah.
there
I'm-
are definitely times
yeah.
when I do shit that I don't want to do because I know that if I don't, he's gonna like be upset about it, or that like I want to make
Yes.
something easier for
Yeah.
him. But there's also plenty of times where he does the same for me.
Yeah.
So like in relationships, there's so many compromises where it's like, I know that Andrew fucking hates washing dishes.
Yeah.
He hates washing silverware specifically.
Mhm.
So
Fuck silverware. That's
so-
why I didn't
Yeah,
wash it.
I'm
today.
when
Yes.
he left all the
Same.
silverware
Yeah.
in the fucking dishwasher or in the sink
Yeah.
today,
Yep, same
I
thing.
clean them. However,
Greg.
I fucking hate taking out the garbage at 11 o'clock at night. So he does it because I don't want to fucking do it.
Hmm.
And so like we do things for each other, not because one of us is submissive to the other, but because one of us wants to help
Exactly.
the other.
It's to help
Because
each other.
he cleaned my entire bathtub this weekend because I worked fucking 78 hours this weekend. And I was exhausted when I got home and
Right.
I didn't want to fucking do shit. And so like him doing that for me like leads me to doing something else for him. It's more about give and take than it is about one being
Give and
submissive
take,
to the
that's
other.
it. Yep.
Yeah, no, and I think and
That's what it is.
not putting submissive in a very like literal role, but yeah, the whole maybe compromise would have been a better word. But yeah, I mean that was put beautifully. I mean, Greg and Andy, do you guys have anything you want to share on the splurge?
Well, I mean, I guess going back to like finding someone who, or just even if this person even exists, because I'm trying to make sense of it in my head, and I've been thinking about it this whole time. How someone can be, I'm not gonna say submissive, but I'm gonna say more like I don't know, like reliant maybe. But that also it also comes off in the wrong way, I guess.
Right, and I think the terms we're using are
Like
just,
you're looking for someone
they're
who
ugly,
is
but-
independent
Yeah.
and strong and doesn't need somebody, but at the same time wants, or I should say needs someone to complete the other half, I guess. Like it's a hard thing to wrap your mind
it's just
about.
I
because,
really need to, and again, it's gonna sound selfish, but like the fact of me, because I think the male role is just providing. I don't know if like that's
traditionally, yes, but I
across
don't think
the-
that's the same.
So, and I
anymore.
think that, and I think where I fall off and where my ignorance lies is within that field because of just
I think you're looking for you have a traditional mindset, but you're looking for a new age girl.
because mom
Yes.
is yeah. So it's like mom, and I say it all the
Yes.
time. I say I'm an old spirit all the time, but I mean just the only female that I knew and loved and watched grow. I mean obviously mom. Just very, very untraditional.
Yeah,
Very
she's it.
stayed at home. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
like, but also at the same time, it's a fight between love and loyalty in my head because I don't know if love exists that long. I can honestly say I don't know if mom and dad still love each other.
Okay,
It's not meant to be said in like a fucking corrosive manner,
right.
but it's almost like I think the true feeling of love and this and that, because God knows how much fucking baggage I'm carrying, is almost like knowing, and the reason why I said partner, because it kind of ties into the more loyalty aspect of things, is me coming home to constantly 7 days a week, coming home at night to the girl and knowing that like, hey, she fucked up there, she fucked this guy over, I fucked this girl over, we know the entire story, knowing everything about anything that could be possible within each other's routes, and also knowing that like, hey, like this is where you lack as just as a human in terms of like stuff in me and stuff in her, but like do you want to do life together? I don't know if I don't know if I need love.
Well, and that's like, okay, I feel like that is a really good kind of point to make because there are definitely points in people's lives where they're with someone that like maybe they don't love in the same way that they loved long ago, right? People have been together for 50, 60, 70 years.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't love the person the same way that they loved them when they first met, but they still want to continue doing life with that person.
But is that love? I don't know.
Maybe not. But
I don't
like,
because
but
the
you
concept.
still want to be with.
Well, no,
that
I
person,
do
right?
want to love a thing, but I mean, coming from a very male emotionalist perspective, if love is only a feeling and that's all we got, it goes dry.
But I just don't think that's it,
I
right?
don't
Like
think it's
I
just a
think that
feeling.
part of what love is that even when those like raw emotions are gone, you still want to continue doing life with that person.
Well, hold on. You said when the feeling is lost.
I said when the raw emotion of like, I love you so much that I would do anything for you ever in my life. Like I can't be without you, but you still want to be with that person.
So is that love? Or is that the disciplinary act of like, I got this guy's back for life?
I don't know.
I kind of think it's interchangeable.
I do too.
I think
Because
so
at some
too.
point, where do you draw that conclusion to that person? Like, I have you for life. That's some sort of love.
Right.
Yes,
Like-
Because you wouldn't do that for a stranger.
So but if
Exactly.
love was only enough, then like the way, and again going just from systemically the way I grew up, when the brothers did what we did to each other, and we disconnected and did this and did that, I may have fucking hated them to the fucking core, and I mean like,
yeah.
words haven't been invented. But if I got a phone call and something went wrong, if I'm not the first one there, I don't know if that's
That's
love.
because
But
you
that's-
love them.
That's love.
I don't know. I don't think
It
that's
may
love.
not. It may
It
not be what
is.
you call it, but that's love.
That
'Cause
is
I
love.
think that's
That's
a-
because there's a difference between love and like. You may not like someone, but you can still love them. There's a difference. Like there are people in my life currently to this very moment that I really don't fucking like right now. Like that I'm mad at to the core that I could literally cry on the spot right now. But if they called me tomorrow, I would pick up the fucking phone.
So if someone you love stabbed you in the back,
Have currently
Okay.
are still love them, still would pick up the phone tomorrow.
yeah, that's where I don't know if that's love, because that's a choice that you're making to have their back. That's not that's a disciplinary act of, I know this or that guy or person made me feel like shit, but no matter what,
Right.
I have their back.
So you
Yeah.
draw the line between love and loyalty as a conscious and non-conscious act.
Yes, because in theory and the analogy and the way my mind works is shit will hit the fan, and every year it has in my life. But like, if the world's against me, are you with me? I'm not a fan favorite. I don't fucking sell ice cream. I said that in the last YouTube video. If I wanted to be well liked, I would have fucking told you what you wanted to hear. But
So
like,
let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
You get into a huge fight with your mom.
Mhm.
Huge fight.
Mhm.
Don't talk for a year,
Mhm.
maybe 2.
Mhm.
She calls you. What do you do?
yeah, I'm picking up. I mean, but
Why?
I don't know. It's just so maybe I think the idea of what the fuck is the term? Oh my god. Fuck. Damn it. I hate when this happens. It's a type of love. Fuck.
Unconditional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's real.
You don't.
I
Think
don't believe.
unconditional
I
love
think
is real?
that's loyalty. I don't know if unconditional love is love,
So then how are love and loyalty different?
because you can still stab somebody in the back that you love.
Okay.
But you can
then
do
when-
that to some. Well, I guess you wouldn't be loyal to them at that point. But at what point does loyalty trump love? I don't.
Right. So like
Not that it trumps it, but in times
But
where
it does
love
though, because you don't have to love someone to be loyal to them.
Yeah.
So it does trump love.
Well, but in aspects of like where it is a gray area, it's the terminology of just love is not enough, because like when shit does hit the fan, and it always does, like are you just gonna emotionally, right? Because the concept of it has always been the battle of my life is gonna be emotions. That is my battle, and the concept of it just feeling like, again, the concept of like I'm coming home 7 days a week no matter fucking what. Like we may not talk to each other for a couple of days, but like we got what we got. Like we have to make this work. Like burn your bridges type of shit. That's where like I think love is not enough. It can't be enough, because if we're moving emotionally, then
I think loyalty just comes by default if you love somebody. I don't think it's a backwards. I don't think it's interchangeable.
Well, and I don't know, because like I'm trying to think of situations that where like I've been, right? And so like what makes us, and I'm saying this in like a really genuinely asking way. Like what makes us keep going back to the people that have hurt us? Is it love? Is it loyalty? Is it stupidity? Like if somebody's hurt you 4 or 5 times and you still go back to that person, like is that out of habit? Is that out of love? Is it a loyalty?
that is
like what?
well, that
what is
is
it?
that's, in my opinion, that's love. But like that's also a form of love that some would consider toxic.
Right.
Right.
But like where if you're only feeling love and you only move on love, my standpoint is that enough? Do you
Right.
go back in that relationship?
Right. And it's like, is that
Because it's like you made a choice, right? Like
You did.
you made, like I shouldn't have made that mistake versus I made the mistake, and where the common denominator would have lied was loyalty.
yeah.
So like when love is lost, and in my opinion, we don't even have to say lost, just diffuses over time. I don't know if our parents love each other, but like the fact that like, hey, we have to like make this work. I mean, because of our kids, because of this, because that, whatever the reason is, there's loyalty behind the fashion of just like.
Well, I think there's a difference though, because like I think that you can spend your life with someone and fight with them and, you know, whatever shit happens and still love them.
Mhm.
But there's also the other side where it's like if you're only staying with someone because of some other factor, right?
Like kids.
Yeah, like a lot of people stay
Right.
together because of their kids. I
Oh,
specifically know I have 2 people in my head right now who should not fucking be together because they hate each other's guts, but they're staying together because of their kids. Like, that's not love. That's barely loyalty. That's an excuse.
Oh, that's an
That's an excuse
that's a
for-
thing.
It's an
Yeah.
And so, like, I feel like to a certain extent, there is some part of humans that are so afraid of change
Yeah.
that they
Well,
don't
that's it.
want to
Yeah.
make that step. But I also feel like there is a good amount of people, like my grandparents were together for 65 years
God bless.
and they loved each other. Like when I tell you, they loved each other.
But that's traditional in my opinion. That doesn't exist. That's where, and you can hate me for saying this, but that's where the girl was very submissive.
Disagree. Heartily. My grandmother was a bad bitch. Let me tell you.
But not that she wasn't.
She
My
did
grandma
not
was
need
too.
my grandfather for one fucking second. Was not submissive.
I don't think I agree
She
with that.
ran the fucking show. I
My
will tell you
grandma
right
was
now.
But it's not-
If you
she
met my
did.
nanny, I'm gonna tell you she ran the fucking
It's
show.
not the fact that she couldn't or could not though, but could she have done it without your grandpa?
She could have. He could not have done it without her.
Okay, well then rare situation again, but
Disagree.
I don't know. No, I
Disagree.
mean that's 1%. I don't. There's no way.
My stepfather could not survive without
There's
my mom.
no way.
Guaranteed. 100%.
There's-
Could not. He literally called her
No, I'm
today
not saying that.
while I
That's
was
no
on the phone
way.
with
But I'm
her
just saying
because he
Right.
didn't know how to work his phone.
from. Okay, I mean, well then your stepdad's not a male. I don't know what to tell you.
That's also not true.
I just think. I mean but that's where I don't know. That's where like that mindset of like guys.
I'm just saying there is a very traditionalist view,
Yes.
which is very far removed from what reality is. And that is the part of human that says that a woman needs a man, and that is not the case.
No, and I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think that. But the fashion of that matter is that now marriages are at an all-time low. There's
That's true.
Yes.
also not that many kids in this world.
You want-
In a couple. No, that's a fact.
No, I know that's
Oh,
a fact,
okay.
and I have
'Cause I was
like,
gonna say, in
about
a-
10,000
I
reasons
was gonna
why
say, in
that's a
a
fact that are
genera-
not related to relationships.
Okay, well I was gonna
Right.
say like like when we become parents, there's
If-
statistically going to be 500,000 plus less humans on Earth than
Yes.
what we were projecting.
Yes.
And those are the stuff that fall into my head in terms of like, because I was always like, I don't want to bring kids into this world.
Yes.
Right. But now I'm like, I do. I want to raise a fucking savage and like kind of fucking have them wreak havoc over like the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause it was always like, I don't want to grow a kid up in this fucking weak ass world. But the whole analogy of like weak men and weak times create hard men and hard times create, you know, like that analogy, which I'm sure all of us have heard before. And man being not a male, you know what I mean? Like just
Humans,
people in general,
yes.
just creating easier times. It's just like, that's where that fashion of just like love not being enough is just embedded in my head because like I don't know if, because I even said it the other day to a friend that I was just like, if I had even a girl to be okay with carrying my child without a relationship, that's not off the table. All right, so that was an extremely hot take. I don't know where it cut off. First and foremost, we know I'm a fucking idiot. Second of all, it's the idea of a learning process. I personally don't sit down with these guys to be right. I don't want to be right. I often want to come correct. Where am I going wrong? Where can I learn? I've always just been a sponge around these guys. And I won't admit my faults. I've submitted to Andrew plenty of times when I've been wrong, even more frequently. And I'm sure, you know, obviously with Kelsey, I'm sure I'll submit my L's where we can. We're gonna cap it here because we're running out of memory. We're probably gonna run that hot take back once again because we wanted to. He's sleeping. We wanted to talk about cars and
Yeah, it didn't.
it did. I mean, we got a few. I think we got a few.
We
But
definitely talked about
whatever.
cars for
We
a little bit.
definitely
I mean,
did.
that's the
Listen.
idea of the. Of
It
the
went
con-
where it went, man.
No, I mean, and I'm not mad at fucking.
I had a lot to say, but I just didn't say
All right,
anything.
so
Yeah,
we'll try
I
to
had
run
a
this
lot
back
I was
as
thinking.
you know, and we'll put up like fucking clips and shit like that. What you
Yep.
guys want to know and dig deep. Am I an asshole? Is Kelsey an asshole? Is Greg too quiet? Like whatever you guys got.
Yeah, seriously.
Whatever you guys got, we're here. We're not. I'm
Greg
not.
didn't say
When
shit.
I was communicating, or I mean, it's not arguing, but when I'm talking with Kelsey, it's not right or wrongs. She's a big sister to me, so like I have no aspirations to be right in that aspect. We're just looking to learn, and I'm looking to be a better guy. But we're closing that out here. Yeah,
Gotta run this back.
we really do. So yeah,
Yeah.
guys, everything's
We'll
gonna
do this
be
again, for
in the
sure.
description, and we'll put up a poll in terms of like hot takes and shit like that. Let us know what you guys want to talk about.
Adios.
Bye.
Adios. Bye.